Hey, welcome back everybody to the CAF Plus channel. I got a CAF update for you this evening, and it's a good one. We've got some pre-OAX planned for this show, and we've got Robert Berman who will be joining us after he had a wild weekend in Lucca last weekend. I've never gone, but as I mentioned in my mailing today, it is on my bucket list of all the shows that are across the pond. I think Lucca is the one that I'm always very curious about. It sounds like a really fun art-related show. The aisles seem packed like San Diego for the artists, and I mean, what more can you ask for? But we'll find out when we talk to Robert in a little bit. But we have lots of stuff going on around here as always. And tomorrow, Casper and I are actually going to be hitting the road again. We're going to the Collector Summit in Dallas, so that'll be interesting. I've never been to the Heritage Auctions office, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure he is as well. Apparently, we're going to be bowling tomorrow night, so we may do we probably won't do any video recording, but we may take a few pictures while we're there. I don't think anybody wants to see how our bowling skills hold up against those gents and gals from Texas, but we'll hold our own. We'll do what we can while we're there. But it should be fun. We're gonna get a tour of Halperin's collection over at his home on Saturday. We're gonna get to hang out with a few other people that are working for Heritage that we've been wanting to meet for a while, and it should be a good time. Definitely a good time. But you'll get the recap on that next week when we have another CAF update. But let's get things started here because I do have some gentlemen in the green room from Next Comic Art. Let me bring in Jiggy first because the question has been answered. Jiggy still has his beard. It's not going anywhere, is it?
I think I might keep it until OAX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna go back to the young, Justin Cruz look.
Maybe. We'll ask my team of artists.
You let them vote on it, right, during one of your meetings.
Yes.
Keep it or don't keep it. Well, it does make you a little distinguished, I'd say. Look at that. And so everybody knows, at Bill Cox Calf is Jason D'Ambrosio. So yeah, we've
Good to know.
they're messing around with the handles and everything, Jiggy. So everybody has been changing their name, and yeah, that's Jason. It still has a big J as his avatar, I guess. So that's how you
There, I see it.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything's been going pretty well. I sent you a big slew of mystery sketch assignments today as well. So
I'm excited to assign those already.
Oh, good. I think we'll probably have at least one more wave to go. I mean, we still have 8 more days of sales left for that. But yeah, I think we're headed for a record. I think we're over 270 sales so far.
Nice.
Last time around, I think we're a little over 300. I don't think we hit 350, somewhere around in there. But yeah, at the pace we're going, it'll be another record. So that'll be awesome. So you can expect more. Let the team know that they don't have the next couple of weeks off. They got to get these mystery sketches done.
Okay.
Oh,
So we're
man.
gonna end that during the kickoff show, right?
What's that?
Orders will end during the kickoff show or before?
No, I actually carry the sales into Saturday, noon on Saturday. I cut it off. Just we always get like a dozen after the show. People straggle in, they see the pieces. The mailing I sent out today had a few completed pieces that Mark had sent me some stuff, and yeah, you saw that.
I like
Yeah,
Bio.
that Galactus was pretty cool, and I forget the name of the artist from Japan.
Yeah, the Wolverine one was pretty cool too.
Wolverine was nice, yeah, and that was a first-time artist from his team as well. So I don't know who they are. He said they are a 30-year veteran of the animation industry who are just now working with them. So it shows. It was pretty good. But hey, we got the other team, some team members in there waiting for their moment to shine. So let me bring them in one at a time. We might as well, the first person we should bring in is the gentleman who was newly announced today as coming to the show, the last team member from Next Comic Art, and one of the veterans of OAX who we all know already. PJ, nice to see you,
gentlemen.
Well, we are very happy to have you back. We'd known for a while you were coming, but we didn't announce it to the our attendees going to OAX that you were going to be at the show again. But it's great to have you back. You were in the Card Art hall the last time,
Yeah.
but you'll be, I guess, hanging out at the
The
next
main hall.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm gonna miss Tony though. Like Tony and Elaine hanging out with
Oh,
them.
he'll be, I don't think Tony will, lock himself down to his table. He and I have been emailing a little bit today. He's
Uh-huh.
already asking like, what kind of sandwiches are we serving, next year for lunch? And
Yeah.
so if he's
Asking the
if he's
important
hungry,
questions. Yeah.
exactly.
The
That's it.
important questions.
He knows what he needs to get. Well, if he doesn't have any fuel, he can't draw. That's what he told me today.
Yeah,
But
same.
who else we got in the green room? I see. Well, let's see. I see the top of Miko's head. Oh, there! Look at that. There he is.
Hello,
Hey, Miko.
guys. How are you?
We are doing well. Good to see you again. Are you back home or are you traveling
Yeah.
right now?
Right now, I'm in the Philippines.
Okay.
I've been here for like 2 weeks now, I think. And
He's back with his collection.
yeah,
Yeah.
my collection of mess behind me.
That's not too bad. Now, let's see. So you're in the States a lot because you do a lot of shows though. Do you have any shows before you come back to OAX?
Yes, actually, I'm headed to San Francisco in 2
December?
weeks, I think. Yeah, for Fan Expo San Francisco, and then after that, I fly straight to Singapore for another show. I don't know if you guys are coming there. Jiggy, are you
No,
going there?
we're going to Tokyo.
Oh, yeah. I was supposed to go with you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was trouble with my visa, so yeah.
Singapore.
Yeah,
It is.
hopefully
Next time.
How
next
come I
year I can
wasn't
go
invited
to
to Tokyo?
I haven't been to Tokyo yet, so hopefully next year.
I think I'll see Lance and West Coast Dave
Oh,
in,
I was gonna
in,
be
in
I
Tokyo.
didn't hear they were going. Now, I see another gentleman in the green room here, though, waiting anxiously to come on screen. So let's see. Let's say hi to Mannix.
Hello
Alex.
everyone.
Hey Manix.
Hey,
Hello
man.
Miko, PJ, Bill, Jiggy. Hello everyone.
Nice to see you again. Now, is it true you just got back to the Philippines in the last
Yeah.
24 hours?
Yes, yesterday we're back now in the Philippines. So I'm still jet lagged. I haven't slept yet. I can't sleep.
Oh, we're not going to keep you for too
You don't
long.
sleep, man.
Do you sleep though?
Yeah, I sleep a lot.
Exactly.
So what were you doing? We obviously follow you on Facebook, so we see you're all over the place. But where have you been the last couple weeks?
So we went to New York Comic Con, and then after New York, I saw Miko there in New York.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And after New York, we flew to Germany because Philippines was the guest of honor in the Frankfurt Book Fair, and I was part of the delegation. I think there were 400 plus Filipinos there in the book fair. Yeah, it was really fun. And after that, we just went around. We just rode trains. We have lots of bags, and then and then we went back to New York to our friend because Ulan wanted to experience Halloween again in the U.S. And then we flew back here.
Was it fun? I mean, was it worth the trip to come back to
Yeah,
do Halloween?
it was super fun, but we were super tired. And I kept drawing every day just so I wouldn't be late for my commissions. Because Jig is always texting us, where are you?
Of course.
He's a
And
slave driver, isn't he?
with bearded Jiggy, we're all afraid of him. We don't
Yeah,
know.
that's evil Jiggy right there.
We're
Yeah.
so,
PJ's new to the
shy
group
for-
here. I don't know if you want to be,
Yeah,
you might be scaring him.
So Jiggy, you should keep it.
Yeah, I
that-
remember now.
that's why
I remember now.
That's why
Manix
he's keeping
was
it.
joking. Manix was joking. People listen to you more now because of the beard.
Yeah, especially the artists.
Well, it looked like a lot of fun. I think you were in Amsterdam. Remember, I can't
Yes,
remember.
yeah, we went there. We only go to the places where we have friends and relatives.
Sure. Does that mean you don't have to, like, you're not always staying in a hotel room when you
Yes,
travel?
yes. We stay with our friends.
There you go.
I order a Manix Miko collaboration. Wow. How's that
That's
going to work?
Jason's asking the tough questions tonight.
Yeah, very tough.
Yes, of course.
For you, Jason, anything's possible. You just have to ask nicely and give as much detail, I should say, as humanly possible. And yeah, you never know. Have you guys ever done anything together? I can't imagine that you've had the time to, because Miko, you're always busy doing covers, and Mannix, you've got more commissions probably to do than you know what to know what to do with, or which one to tackle
We
first.
did have those like jam pieces a couple of live streams ago.
Oh, that's right,
Miko
the
and
ones that had
Manix,
like 12 characters on it. Yeah.
Was it Albert? No, not Alberto. There was a Spider-Man piece with Miko in the middle, and then there were other artists as well. I think Manix was there. I may be wrong. Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look at the slides from that show. Okay, so you've been on the same board before.
Yeah.
But not a collaboration like
Yeah, mostly art jams.
Mhm.
Miko will draw Manix's characters.
I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, that will be exciting.
We'd like to see you try, Miko. And you know what would be more fun is to see you do it live.
Oh my God.
Turn the camera around and let's see if you can draw
I'll be like
figures.
bullets.
We should all do it. Well, I'll turn. Mannix can be like the judge. Jiggy, you have to participate. So does PJ, and I'll do it too. We can't do it tonight, but that might be a fun experiment. Well, we get our cameras down on the table. We'll all start drawing, and then Mannix can kind of be the jury. Maybe Ulan can step in too.
Yeah.
That might be fun.
Or we could all do collaborations, different artists. That would be fun.
I agree, definitely.
Like
So-
like we could shuffle.
And the chat wants to play along too. Clearly, they think that would be fun. Yeah, #1 Marvel fan thinks that would be awesome. Yeah, we should. We need to have more fun on the channel. And a little bit more, art. And I would love to. I'd like to see have me with some beads of sweat trying to draw a character for you, because I would not do very well. Not at all. A Mannix lookalike contest, Dim Halo is asking. That's tough. Nobody has hair as long as Mannix. Not even, I'm not anywhere. Your hair's like twice as long as mine. And Miko, you used to have a little bit longer.
Yeah, I
longer.
wish they cut my hair.
Wigs are legal, right? Like you just.
You might be allowed to cheat, PJ. Why not, right?
I'd like to see Jiggy have a long hair and a beard.
Yeah.
So look like
like-
the Bill lookalike contest.
Like Alan Moore or something.
Oh man.
But
Well,
a bit more grumpy.
we should, or we could all try to grow beards like Jiggy and PJ.
That's
Yeah.
I wish
I'm
I
really
had
good at
long
that.
hair like a Josh Flanders.
I don't grow beard, man. I mean, whatever I do, it just doesn't grow.
So we were talking in the green room. So when you guys come out to OAX, most of you or all of you are spending a couple extra days for some R&R.
Prior.
Yes.
Oh, prior. When do you
Yes.
get in?
Tuesday.
Oh wow, that's great.
I fly in with Roy, Vaughn, Jim,
JP.
JP, and Harvey.
And you've got
Will you all be staying the same hotel during that time? Oh, okay. I might go. I might come early too. If,
Doghouse 59 says we got business to discuss.
wait,
Yeah.
that's my birthday. That's
What is?
that's actually my birthday.
When's your birthday?
You're finally turning 30?
Nico, are you giving out free art?
For OAX, man.
Free art from Miko? Or Buy art for Miko to make him happy.
No cupcakes. Just cupcakes.
Well, we can do that. We're good at cooking cupcakes and baking cupcakes around here. Josh Flanders said that you guys could wear extensions. So that's one way you can get it done.
Yeah, I'm game.
But so you're going to the parks, or you have other plans while you're here on Tuesday and Wednesday?
We might check out. I've never been to Universal like in the last 2 years. I've been like many years ago, so I want to check out the the new Nintendo World.
Yeah, I've been twice. It's fun. If you've not, I know they have one of those parks someplace else. Is it? It's not like Tokyo or something, but I can't remember where they have it. But it is awesome. You would enjoy it. And Jason gave more details. He said he's thinking of a main character drawn by Miko with a trippy background drawn by Mannix.
How's the weather during that time?
February is pretty nice. I mean, it should be mid-70s during the day. Yeah.
I was surprised last time. Like it was really cold here.
Yeah, it was raining.
Yeah, and
it
when
was
I
the coldest
arrived,
weekend in since I've been down here for 4 years, and that was the coldest 3 days, consecutive days in 4 years that I've been here. So I apologize. There was nothing we could do about that. But I mean, because year one we had 80-degree weather on the same weekend, so our fingers were crossed that we were going to have even similar weather, but it didn't work out. But that is an aberration. That simply does not happen. So, but February is much better, and the days are a little longer and all that. So
yeah, I mean, I don't mind the cold. I mean, as long as it's not scorching hot.
No,
Yeah.
oh no. In February, if it hit mid-80s, I'd be surprised. But it's
cool.
certainly possible. But that's about as hot as it would get around that time. See, Marcus is talking climate change in the chat. Don't go there, Marcus.
Oh, we're going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, Marcus goes down lots of rabbit holes during the shows here. But no, the weather should be good. But what day is your birthday, Miko?
February 19.
All right, so Thursday. Okay. I think there's a
Oh,
few
let's
artists
go,
that have-
let's go to Disneyland.
29, man.
Miko's birthday.
Exactly. All right. Well, if you guys need any advice on anything, we're happy to help out. I'm very. I don't think I can go to the park in advance of the show with you guys, but I know them all like the back of my hand. So, yeah. But that park is a good one to go to, Jiggy, if you can swing it. Tickets are sometimes hard to get. Buy them in advance.
Okay.
Bill, have you gone to Peppa Pig Park?
Oh, the park over by Tampa. What is that? I can't even remember. No, I've not been to any of those.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Ulan wants to go
Gardens?
there.
Is it? You mean Busch Gardens? Is that the one?
I'm not sure where it is, but it's in Florida, the Peppa Pig Park.
Oh, the Peppa
Pig.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I have not. I've heard of that though. I haven't been to even SeaWorld, which is right in Orlando too. That's a pretty large amusement park too.
What's the name of the park?
Peppa
Pig?
Peppa Pig.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. The girls have
It's
mentioned
for children.
it.
It's for children, Miko.
Is that like a slaughterhouse? What?
It's
It
in
could be if
Winter
you try
Haven.
hard enough.
There you go. Yeah, it's really close. Well, I if you needed like an escort, my daughters would be very happy to go and entertain Mulan.
Oh, wow.
I can guarantee you that. They've mentioned it to me before. So hey, well, we should probably go ahead and show off the pre-OAX opportunities
Yes, we
that
should.
we have here. I know we have a lot of people who are
Doghouse is complaining.
we can't have anybody getting upset here. And there's no Peppa Pig. No, that's they might do that at Halloween at Universal, but they would not do that at the Peppa Pig. And I guess that's at Legoland maybe. And we've never been to Legoland either.
That'd be cool.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do these. You sent me that the PDF, Jiggy.
Yes. Yes.
But so I think it probably makes sense to kind of follow the order that that the PDF was set up. Although I did make slides for it, so PJ gets to go first.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the chat for PJ's commission opportunities. There it goes. And let me go ahead and show off the first set here. Where are you? There we
PJ
go.
does have some limits. Let me just pull up.
Oh, sorry. I highlighted Miko first. Man, it just shows you I can't click the right
Oh,
thing.
how do you follow that?
Well, here, this is how we follow it. You have a sketch card option to get it started.
Yep.
Colored only, single character, and with these pieces that are here, PJ, what do you usually use for colors on them?
I use Copics. Sometimes I use paint, airbrush, whatever works. Mixed media, basically.
All right, I'll even update the information on the slide because I wasn't sure what to say. So I'll put the mixed media down there for the color possibilities.
Yep, thank you.
And there was a reason you were in the card art expo room last time because you've got a bit of experience in that area doing card art, and I know that I think you were pretty busy last year. So
yeah, I was surprised because that's the first time I met like the community, and it was so funny and surreal because I've never met any of them, and they all had PJ stories.
They had stories. That's interesting.
Yeah, like 90% of the people who attended, like in the card collector side, like there was a night. Remember, like we had a gathering, and each had a PJ story. It was so funny.
Well, you were a star and you didn't even know it. I mean that that worked out. So these are. I mean, I don't know how you get so much detail in a sketch card. At the end of the day, these are fantastic. I mean, there's a lot of depth in there, throwing those backgrounds in like you do, and then it just makes the figures pop.
It's the OCD sneaking up.
All right, so let's see. I know you have 4 different options. So the second option is a 9x12, single character,
Yeah.
colored. The Hella is fantastic.
Thank you.
So these are $350, and again, I didn't write mixed media on the descriptions on the website, but I will make sure that I get that added on there. I just said they were colored, like the slide.
All right.
Because again, kind of anything goes, whether it's Copics or it looks like some ink on these as well, and
yes, and yeah, paint, airbrush, color pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Hella good indeed, Robert.
All right, and let's see. Next up is these are 11x17, single character, minimal background.
Wow.
Yep.
These are 1,000. Love the man thing. Reflection in the water, great angle. And then I think the other option was also 11x17.
It's like a cover quality.
Cover quality, single character to start, but you can add additional characters as well.
I learned from last year because last year when I offered like a cover quality option, and we were talking like on the same show, and you guys asked me like what are your limits, blah blah blah, and I was like whatever, I'd do anything, and then like there are no limits, and then with this one client asked me to like draw the entire
Wasn't it
Disney princesses, like
yeah, I remember that. Well,
and that was that was me shooting myself in the foot.
Well, you do that once and you don't do it again, PJ. That's but
it was
yeah,
fun though. It was fun.
Oh, I feel like I might have seen. Did that wind up on CAF? I think it might have, or
Yes.
maybe I saw it at the show. But I know that I know I saw it. It came out fantastic.
Yeah.
The collector was very happy.
Yes, I actually really enjoyed it. Like, for real, like it was fun. It was just like, whoa, it was overwhelming. It was overwhelmingly fun. So yeah, so at least there's that.
Well, that's good. Well, I think so everybody's seen what you can do. So at a $1,500 level for a cover quality piece like this, it's It's beautiful. The Ninja Turtles piece is awesome,
Thank you.
and the kind of Iron Man riff with Doom is great too. And Alberto did not take advantage of anyone. Jason,
Yes.
not Alberto. He's the nicest guy in the hall. Just ask him. He will tell you that he is, and I think he is too. Let's see, Miko, you're next in this thing, but we've already shown your first one already since I can't read my own slides here, but we'll go ahead and show it off again. So let me get. Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to put the link in the chat too. Let me get that in there as well. See, I jumped the gun there. Let me go ahead and copy and paste this link. So you have two options on your sketch cards. You've got an inked option, and then you also have a color option. Very reasonably priced. The inks only, which we don't have an example of, for $150, and the colored option for $200. And the
So
links
you
are
want
in
you
the
to get the
handout.
colored.
Yeah, I mean it's fun doing colors on my own work. I mean, I've been doing a lot of colors recently, so
I mean, everybody thinks of the black and white, right? Because they're used to seeing the covers that you put out there that
yeah.
they're just so fantastic. You don't get to see color too often, except in your commission pieces. But yeah, these are beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's see here, and then the other option is one I think we've seen a bit. There's a few of these on CAF. These single character colored 9x12 pieces. These are priced at $600. And I didn't want to say full figure, but I mean typically these are like 3/4 figure.
Yes,
pieces.
3/4, either half to 3/4.
Okay.
I mean, it's really fun doing those 9x12 sizes commissions. I've been doing a lot of those as well during shows. It's it's easier than like doing the full size 11x17 cover quality ones. So yeah, it's
Yeah, the Calypso one really came out nice, Mix. Like this was done in New York Comic Con, picked up by one of my friends in the chat. I don't know if he's in, Mr. Edward Harris.
That's a last minute request, right? I mean,
not really last minute, like a couple of days.
Well, that's last minute to me. I mean,
not to your rep and agent though.
Yeah.
24 hours, we can do that. Yeah.
No,
you wouldn't do that, right, Jiggy?
I wouldn't do that.
Not that.
Well, he uses his beard to like intimidate me. So
yeah.
Oh man, I don't think the beard's going anywhere.
Oh yeah. That's his intimidation
prerogative
instrument.
All right. Well, those are the two options from you, Miko. And then again, people
there's
can.
Jiggy, if you there's, I mean,
I asked Miko last night. We might reopen like an 11x17 later on.
If I can show you guys the one I did like last night. This piece right here.
Last night.
Wow, that was last night.
Wow.
Last night.
That's fantastic.
Thanks for the Christmas gift, Nix. Love you.
The Summers family.
Ganda.
Yeah, so depends on how many requests I get. I mean, we can probably squeeze a few 11x17s like this.
That's pretty hot, Miko. There's a few X-Men collectors out there, but this one that was a commission for someone else, though, right? That's not available.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is available. This is
it's for Comic Art Live.
That's the piece. Okay, this is the artist choice. That we'll be talking about when we end things tonight, right? This will be
Wait for it.
Man, that's awesome. Yes, well,
I was gonna ask Gigi if he gets like messages from people who's interested in this piece because I posted it in my Facebook. I tagged them. I tagged them your name, man.
Well, so you can see
Bill,
Jason's
so I'll
already saying,
message you.
message me. Yeah,
I'll message
Jason,
Bill.
he's demanding that you get in touch with him right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that would be great. I mean, I think if you're able to offer 11 by 17s as well, that would be fantastic, Nico.
Plus, this Jiggy, I don't know if you posted this already, but this is one. This is another one
Yep.
too. Like,
Yeah, someone emailed already this morning.
Wow.
Nice.
yeah, so I might open my commission this on a 11 by 17.
We'll give it to Manix, and then Manix will draw in the background.
or he can color it.
Well,
I'll put some,
Jason's got some
dust-
ideas.
dust
Yeah.
effect.
Oh man! All right. Well, Mannix, you are up next here. So let me go
Yeah.
ahead and get your stuff turned on, and let me get the link in the chat, and then we will reveal that as well. There we go, and here's the link. Okay. Now I know there's some limits on these, and I mean there's probably limits up for everybody. And Jiggy, we talked about the last, when we did the first POAX release, that if any of the individual options do get sold out, you just let me know and I can turn individual ones off. But here, let's get started with Mannix's options here. So first up, limited to 15, a sketch card option, inked only, at $100. And I think, man, look at those two. You got Daredevil, and you got Captain America. I don't know. Are they going into battle? Is the battle over? I don't know, Mannix. I mean, you'd have to tell us. Are they ready to fight, or are they just having a good day?
It's up to the viewer. It's up to the viewer.
All up
Some
to
big
our
guns.
interpretation. I think Cap is running into battle, and Daredevil is enjoying his night off.
This was done during OAX, just last OAX, or last year, I think.
Wow. Yeah, 2024. So I guess it'd be
Last year.
yeah.
But the Daredevil was just this year.
And we've seen a lot of these. We did the charity event where we had about 18 sketch cards. So I think everybody is familiar with the inked only option here from Mannix. So again, limited to 15. I'd say these are guaranteed to sell out. So if you've been wanting to get one, now is your opportunity. And if you haven't bought your OAX ticket and you get one, you better buy your OAX ticket then right after that. Next level is A5. These are 6x9. And I think I've seen the crossbones before. I think that was something that passed through my hands at one point. But just again, fantastic. $400 for these, and you get to pick your own character. And again, you know what to expect from Mannix on these. And next size, a little bit larger, A4. This is we get the US inches up there, 8.3 by 11.7. Swamp Thing looks freaking amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, these are priced at $800, and they are really great. I agree. Godzilla's wild, says Corey Rust. You can get your own, Corey. Just have to get your pre-OAX commission offer in. Then let's see. Too many options. You're never too many options. Here is a sequential commission piece, and we've seen a few of these. Josh Flanders has that amazing Spider-Man Doc Ock piece. We've seen the Rogue Gambit one. There's several out there, Mannix, but these got to be fun for you because you get to tell a little bit of a story as well.
Yes.
I really enjoy doing this. It's a bit harder because I have to think of a story, but it's much more rewarding when I finished it.
These are awesome.
Yeah, so these are $2,000. And what's the size on the individual piece of paper. What's the dimensions on that?
Overall, this is overall it's A3
Okay.
when they're all six of them.
All right, so around 6 by 6 ish. So this is $2,000 for the 6 panels, and then we have an A3 option, and this is they're 11 by 7 by 16 and a half. These are $2,000, and I wrote down that there's more than one character for certain in a piece like this, but yeah, because each of these have kind of you got multiple Spider-Men, which is a classic homage image there, which is great, and yeah, Big Trouble in Little China is always a good theme to have as well. I think one of these was already picked up, if I'm not mistaken. So that's congrats to the person in the chat who asked for one of these. And then the last one, this one didn't have a size. I mean, and I know Jiggy, you call this Felix power. It could be Mannix power. I think he's transcended, Felix and has come up with his own brand of wall power here. So I was gonna change it and say Mannix power, but I knew I didn't have your permission. But overall size on something like this, I mean, where does it fall?
It's like 20.
I think it's 20 by 30. I think.
Yeah, 20 by 30.
Yeah, around that size.
Man, look at the look on Andre's face there.
Yeah.
He could not be happier.
But this is very very hard to do and takes a long time.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I can't even. But when going into these, do you talk with the client at all about what you're doing and which characters to include, or how do you approach something that's this scale?
Yeah, usually there are a number of characters that the collector wants, and then Mannix will just do his thing.
Yeah, it's good that they give me freedom to do the layout and the design.
Yeah, most collectors actually just want Mannix to do his thing.
That's the smart decision there. And I hear you. Rick Wells said it's a Mannix LG, so it's an extra large. I like that. So there you go. Those are I think it's 6 options, and they're all open right now. Although I did see quite a few emails come in, so I don't know how many. What's the count?
It's a slew, so it's 15 already. But
we are at 15.
Different from cards, and like some are A4, some are A.
All right, so it's 15 total, but not all on the sketch card yet. It's not sold out, but feel free to ping me during the show if we end up filling up on that one, and I will close the sketch card option. Congrats to everybody in the chat who picked up something too. That's you're going to be very happy, especially if it's your first Mannix. You always remember the first one you get. And you did make an extra slide for me too, Jiggy. I'm going to go ahead and show that too. So this is for our traditional Saturday evening panel during Comic Art Live next weekend, and this will be at 9 o'clock Saturday night. It is a artist choice. We always try to have a theme with a lot of the shows we do with Jiggy and the team from Next Comic Art, but this one is a straight up artist choice. We just saw what Miko was working on, so it should be a lot of fun. I'm sure there'll be quite a few pieces. I don't know what the final count will be, but I'm sure we'll tease a few, and Jiggy will tease a few in the lead up to the show as well. But I know, Jiggy, you need to be done by 10 that night, so. If the show runs long, we were debating it internally, and Casper suggested that John Amore might be a good stand-in for you if you have to leave and we're not done. He could kind of co-host it.
Does he have a beard?
Yeah, John would be perfect.
I don't trust John. No.
He's always drinking coffee in the morning. He might be sharp. But I understand. We will do our best to have those shows typically are done by like 10:15. typically get through those pretty quickly, but we'll do our best, Jiggy.
Oh no,
If we
I
have-
meant my deadline was today. I didn't mean it was for the panel.
Oh, I thought you texted me after that and said you had
No,
to
it's
start
today.
out. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, well then good. Then we don't have to worry about having John.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
I think we should still give John the chance, though. It might make him feel, no. All right. Well, then I'm sorry. I misunderstood that. Because I thought I probably got my texts out of order. I felt like it was 10 o'clock for that one too. All right. Good. Well, don't anybody tell John that we had the idea that he might be able to step in and stand in for you. But there you go. Even Kazra, who gets blind carbon on these as well, says his inbox is messed up right now. So I'm sure. Well, yeah, it is. They are still coming in. Another one for Miko. All right, good. Hey, they're coming in, and PJ, you've got some as well. So there will be work to be done by the entire crew, because I know the other team got several when we.
For those ordering, just wait. I have to step out right after this, so please expect an email today. I'll email everyone.
Very good. So any we talk about this all the time, but as pieces get completed that we might want to tease, if you have permission from the buyer to do so, we'd love to show off work in advance of OAX. It's just
Okay. Actually, I have some finished pieces from Harvey, so we can show that next week, maybe during the mystery sketch kickoff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Jerry Bourne is asking about a price. If Miko were to do the 11 by 17s, do we have an idea on what the
We'll
price
update
would be?
you. We'll announce it here on CAF.
Okay. Well, so Saturday night during Comic Art Live during that panel. Yeah.
Miko has a signing tomorrow. I'll see him tomorrow, and we'll discuss the 11 by 17. We might have to talk about the price, especially for Jason. Just for Jason. Yeah.
Special price for Jason. All right. I like that idea. No, that would be perfect. But no, okay, cool. Well, you guys talk about it, and maybe that's something that we reveal Saturday during the panel, that we've added in an additional option for Miko during the evening. So, if we can do that, great. All right, cool. Well, listen, guys, it's always fun getting to hang out.
Thank you, Bill.
We're going to be doing it again in
Thank you.
8
Thank
or 9
you.
days. So, however many, I know you have a bigger team now in November than you had in May. So I may not have enough slots to have everybody who wants to show up on Saturday night pile into here. I think we're limited to 12, but we'll make it work, right? We can cycle a few.
We'll have some of the guys join in those who live nearby will join, and
That's one way to do it. I was contacted one of the panels that we haven't announced them yet, but they actually want to swing by and do the show or the panel here with me side by side. So that'll be different. I don't think
Nice.
we've done a Comic Art Live panel like that before. So I could see it. It could work. You could if they live close enough, they could both be on camera. So all right. Well, cool. Well, listen, I've got Robert Berman in the green room. We're going to be talking about Luca. Because,
awesome.
Yeah. But listen, gentlemen, if there's anything I can do, for you guys in the lead up to the panel next weekend, please let me know, Jiggy. I know, I have that one teaser image, but if there's anything else you want to send me that I can use to,
I'll send you an updated one. I'm getting new art on the hour.
Good. I'm glad. And just let the team know that, with 8+ days left to purchase mystery sketches, I can guarantee you that more will be coming in. And, I know that we kind of loaded you up a little bit with one size, but I think most of the ones that'll come in to the team will be the other size as we wrap it up. I just hope you have enough sketch cards. That's all.
I do.
You do. Okay. Because I forgot to ask you that before we started the show. Cool. All right. Well, again, Mannix, get some rest. Miko, just keep cranking those things out and get a price in mind for those 11 by 17s. I think you're going to definitely.
Bill, I have one last question. Are there OAX cards that we should be expecting?
There are. We had we had hoped to have them in hand already. We had some issues with the printer, but the order was placed this time last week, so we should have them in hand next week. And as soon as I get them, we will be mailing them out. So
awesome.
So yeah,
Okay.
I'll be in touch because I remember once you had me email or you mailed this stuff to somebody else. But yeah, as soon as I have them in hand, I'll reach out and get those mailed out quickly.
Thank you. Thanks, Bill.
You
Thank
got
you,
it.
everyone.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
All
you.
right.
Thanks, boss. Thanks.
See ya. All right, that was good, and yeah, like Kazra said, the inbox is full. So yeah, we probably will sell out of those sketch card options for Mannix. Get them while you can. And Jason, maybe we can't make any announcements tonight because we're still finalizing the panel list. But yeah, it's going to be the panels that we had a fun meeting today, just outlining some stuff. I think the Comic Car Live panels next week are going to be phenomenal. I think everybody's going to enjoy it. It's a lot of fun for us to put on the show, and the panels are a big part of it, right? I mean, it's an opportunity for us to kind of hang out with people we don't necessarily get to hang out with. So, but hey, speaking of somebody I don't get to hang out with too often, Mr. Robert Berman is in the green room. So let's bring him in here. Hey, Robert.
Hello, everybody.
You are always I'm always underdressed when I'm with you, Robert. That's that's the one thing I should have had a jacket handy or something, or a nicely brimmed hat. But
That's fine.
so how have you been?
Good. Busy at work since getting back, but that's what happens when you go away for a week plus.
So what was had you been to Luca Comics and
No,
Games
this was the
before?
first.
Okay.
So 2.5 years ago, my wife and I went to Lake Como,
Mhm.
and that was kind of my first European art excursion. And she actually approached me earlier this year and said, "Hey, maybe we should go to Lucca." We had heard about it at Lake Como,
Mm-hmm.
and so she, with her encouragement, we made it happen, and so that was a novel excursion.
That's well, when you have a spouse that encourages trips like that involve your passion, that's wonderful. I need to have your wife talk to my wife.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have a wives convention at OAX, a spousal support group.
Exactly. No, we don't get to travel too often, but that's why Luca's always kind of been on my list. I'd love to make that trip. I'd probably second thing I'd like to do is get to one of Yoshi's shows in Japan, right? To see Japan Comic Art Expo. We've gotten to see some videos from that too. But well, tell me a bit about Luca. I mean, planning wise, when did you have to start looking for hotels and flights and things? I mean, what kind of
Maybe
advance
like
work did you
6 months ago.
Mhm.
So we didn't have to do it like right now for next year, but I wouldn't wait too long, and we'll get into some of the why of that when we get into the details. But yeah, I'd give at least 6 months ahead. And one of the challenges, and I didn't put this in the slides, I was not able to get ticket in advance because the website was kind of goofy, and it was expecting you to be from Italy and have this sort of social security number that they have that we didn't have, and I was unable to process a ticket. But there were you could still buy tickets by the day when you got there, and that turned out not to be too difficult. So
what if they would have sold out? You would have gone on a long trip without having access to the show.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, and in fact, one of the 5 days did sell out, but I just took that as a sign to go do something else that day while it was crowded.
All right. Well, here you did put together, let everybody know where Luca actually is.
Right.
So it's
Right. So northern Italy, there near south of Milan, sort of near Pisa, Florence. We flew into Milan and took the train to Florence to Lucca, basically, which is about
that is sort of in the Como's, because you fly into Milan to go to Como, I think, right? Yeah.
Yes, you go north from there to Como and south from there. And so Pisa is a nearby town. So that was what we did on the day off where we didn't have a ticket, was I climbed the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Nothing wrong with that.
Which was quite a hike, straight up at a 5-degree slant.
So you got your steps in that day.
Exactly.
There we go. This is the Robert Berman we all know.
So Lucca is a walled city. It was built originally by the Romans. The wall was rebuilt in medieval times and then made thicker in Renaissance times to withstand cannon fire. This is the old city. The city now spreads beyond the walled area, but the convention is in the walled area or just outside it.
Here we go. Nobody else said it, so I had to shout bricks because that's a lot of bricks.
Yes, that is a lot of bricks. And the booths for the different things are totally spread throughout the walled city and just beyond it. As you can see here, the map of all the different things that are there. So you will get your steps in walking around. The wall itself has a walking path around the top of it. It's about, 40 feet wide at the top of the wall as well.
So so how many days is the show?
It's 5 days. It was Wednesday through Sunday.
Okay. Wow.
And Saturday, if you're going to go, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are the less busy days because some people are at work. And then, of course, the weekend is busier. So get as much done on the weekdays as you can. And Saturday was the day we couldn't even get a ticket for.
Right. Well, here, I have to kind of, I know you've got another, let me stop that. And I'm going to share a different screen here. There we go. So this is within the city.
Yeah, so sort of a typical European old world kind of city. This is one of the longer streets because you can see quite a distance on it, but lots of the streets are just 1 or 2 blocks long and narrow, and cars and people sharing walking space. And
looks like you're all alone. This must be Wednesday.
This was early Sunday morning as we were leaving. No, early Monday morning. I'm sorry. We left on Monday morning, and so nobody was up yet when we headed out. So they decorate the town. You can see sort of the juxtaposition of the old world architecture and then these giant mech warriors that were all over the place. There was probably maybe a dozen of them scattered throughout the town, the giant robot sculptures. The Stranger Things 5 series debut was held there, and they had the actors there for that. So it's definitely an all-culture con, like San Diego. Comic books are ultimately a small part of what's there. I spoke with one of the convention organizers, and he said it was their hope that the fans would cross-pollinate, and you come for one thing, but then you get interested in another thing. Sorry, Alberto. I don't think I gave Bill any food pictures, but we did eat well, I assure you. And that was one of the prime draws for my wife was the nice restaurants. This is just to show generators they had there to keep everything running. And you can see that the tents they had there. They had the city was filled with these portable buildings that were just put up just for the event, and they were all over town. Every plaza had one or more of them up. This one is a huge one outside of the city, just outside the wall. So you can see there.
It's less convention center and more experience the city and the attractions. That's why
that's right. There's not one single building that hosts everything because there isn't a single building that could host everything.
Mm-hmm.
So they just use every available open space to pop up one of these prefabs. And all the shops in town also get into it. So whatever it is that they sell, they also tend to put something genre related in the windows. Some of them seem to convert entirely from whatever it was they usually sell to just selling stuff, Funko Pops or comic books or whatever it might be.
Right.
But this place just put Chewbacca there. Then they had movie premiere kinds of stuff. So I don't know exactly what was in this Predator Badlands exhibit, but there was a long line to get into it. So I didn't try because that wasn't what I was there for. French Kiss was the name of the theme this year, which apparently was some sort of tribute to the Italian-French art connection, but it wasn't obvious to me exactly how the French emphasis informed the content of the show.
Mm-hmm.
You're just walking by a bookstore, and there's a bunch of people in there doing the podcast. I walked by this bookstore several times, and there was always different people in there being interviewed, which I assume was for some podcasts. Weather.
It rained.
It's like Como and perhaps like Florida at certain times. The weather was 60s all week, so it's not cold. The one day was very heavy rain, 2 days were clear, and 2 days were kind of in between. So you definitely, for original art purposes, want to have a plan for how you're going to navigate weather if you want to bring any of the art home intact, which for me was a combination of garbage bags and a hard shell suitcase. So an example, I think this seemed like a long-term comic book store that was there. Fumetti, if you don't know, is the Italian word for a comic book, which means puff of smoke, sort of analogous to our word pulp. And so a fumetteria thus sells comic books, and this one had a mix of American titles in English, American titles in Italian, and some Italian titles. There's just an example of some of the American titles they have there, so you can see.
And they had sketch covers you could pick up there too.
Yes, that's right. This was that last one was a stand, just like a newsstand, basically out in Pisa, just to show you that, unlike in America, when you go to Italy, you can still buy a comic book on the street. Comic books seem to have retained more popularity there. Here was inside one of the booths. These are all back issues of. You can see some American stuff up top, but all those shelves in the back are packed with Italian titles, which they have a very lively still Italian comics publishing industry, which I think outsells Americans for their top titles. I asked that apparently the two top titles are Tex and Zagor.
Really?
Yes. Yes. So I know, and we've kind of said, oh, Zagor not familiar to us, but apparently Italians love their westerns, and they also love Zagor, which is a cross-genre western / steampunk / fantasy. There was an example of a street vendor who I think is a permanent fixture there, and again, you can see just on the street selling lots and lots of used comic books is his business. There is another convention called Lucca Collezionando, which apparently is geared just toward the original art. So it would be along the lines more of OAX or like Como without all the other stuff. So keep that in mind. If you just want to go for original art, it is a smaller one. And I don't know how it compares as far as the number of artists who come to that versus who come to the big Lucca show.
I have not heard of that one, but all right.
So, yeah.
I'll have to add it to my list.
Yes. And it's in the spring. It's in March.
It's probably a good time to go. Let's see here. I know this next folder only had a couple images in it.
Yes.
It said something about food. But
yeah. So how are you going to live? Where are you going to stay? How are you going to eat? That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where to stay? There are hotels, and I would definitely plan to book in advance. I have the impression also that people who live there leave for the week and rent out their apartments during the convention, and so there are bed and breakfast opportunities as well. But you would want to jump on those early. For food, you can use your phone's just general search app to find lots of the restaurants. There's a zillion restaurants, but there's also 320,000 people who come to this, and so on the busiest days, finding a restaurant you'll absolutely want to use some kind of reservation app like this one to find a place, because otherwise you may be left standing and eating a pizza or something.
That sounds a lot like San Diego or New York.
Yeah.
Right.
As far as the people who were there, I was interested. There's a lot more kids than at an American show. Whole families seem to make a family thing of it, maybe with some trick-or-treating mixed in. A lot of the kids tend to be more in costumes. As you can see from this picture, there's about 5% cosplayers, and then about 80% people wearing black. Not because they were goth, but just even the puffy jackets and windbreakers all tended to be very dark colored wherever you went. A lot more smoking and vaping, being Europe, and quite a few dogs being led around town.
Mm-hmm.
This is the main square where there's a movie theater there to the right, and you can see the Stranger Things ahead.
Stranger
So there's an
Things,
example of some cosplay there. Up behind, you can see that green hill that leads up to the wall, which surrounds the city. One of the most popular buildings was one selling new comics, and it had a Marvel area, a DC area, a Mickey Mouse area, because that's as popular as Marvel and DC. It appears in Europe, and so they had some incentives there. One of the online collectors asked me to go in there and pick up some stuff for him that were unique to the con. So yeah, lots of Mickey stuff.
Plenty
there.
of vendors. Oh,
Yes.
I've emailed with these guys before.
Yes. So these guys are the Italian Us. They are the comics collectors of Italy, and they have a booth in the original art tent that I hung out with, and they brought their art, and we looked at each other's art, and I got some tips from them about the Italian scene and collecting and whatnot. So, and they also have a magazine that you can see. They have a bunch of copies out there. So if you want to look up Ninth Art online, then you can check out their nice work. Art dealers are there. There were not many dealers, but the ones who were there were well stocked with 50 portfolios probably, and you can see wall stuff there as well.
Did you bring some empty portfolios with you?
I brought one empty portfolio, and then most of what I picked up was prearranged, where I was picking up some stuff from artists directly. But I did get maybe 20 pieces from the dealers who were there that I wasn't expecting.
Did you pick up anything from Veneer?
I did not. I looked at it. They had a nice Rip Kirby I considered getting. They have a lovely Hal Foster on the wall back there that I didn't get, but I did admire.
Because they deal in a lot of high-end
yes,
illustration and comic book art.
That's right. They had some very nice stuff, both American and European art there. And I have dealt with them previously in auctions online. In fact, they recognized me because of my collecting interest. Yeah, there's a Rip Kirby there, and you can see some other stuff in the stack that they were showing me. Again, another dealer, an example of how much they brought.
Oh yeah.
So plenty of art to look through. Obviously, this is a European con, so there is American stuff there that happens to make its way over to Europe. But the reason to go to a con in Europe is because you want to see European art. It would be silly to go to Europe primarily to see American art.
Right. In Cart Gallery, they have a bit of both, I think.
Yes,
I've been on their site quite a few times.
That's right. Perhaps like other cons, I know Atlanta has this. The art schools have a presence as well. And I got a piece from one of the, I assume, students at this booth.
Alberto had a question for you. Was the green room there?
I don't recall seeing a booth from the green room.
There you go, Alberto. You're gonna have to make the trip. I think that's what it comes down to. Let's see here. I know you have some artists in the next set. Let's see.
Yes. So in the art building was not. First of all, there were artists throughout the city. There was one primary original art building, but it did not hold all the original artists. Sometimes and it's frankly, the con is not super well organized for our purposes as far as, I don't know, having an app where you can pull up where's all the original art and exactly when are the events and speakers and things. So you sort of have to stumble upon it yourself. We're not throughout the week, but in the original art building, which you can see here, there were maybe 20 booths. The two largest by far were this one by Simone, and then right next to him was Gabriele Del Otto, also had quite a large booth. So they took up probably quarter to a third of the art building just between the two of them.
Were you able to get any closer to the Delato booth than this?
Yes. I just happened to get it when he was there and sketching, and everybody wanted to watch him work. But yeah, it was possible at other times to get up and browse through the portfolios. But it is, with all the people there, it's certainly going to be more crowded than Como or OAX. So if you really want quality time with the artists, this is not the con to spend a long time with them.
There you go. I knew the ring light was there for a reason.
Yes.
That's a nice setup for them.
Yeah. So nice big booth, lots of arts. Of course, they sell prints as well for the crowd that's looking for that.
Huh. I would assume that they probably supply the walls and everything for them too.
Yeah, I think so. I think the walls were part of the deal, and they just put their stuff on it.
Yeah.
This was another American setup in the booth. You can see they have a sponsor, Mirage Comics, there, who had some artists who were there kind of the whole time. You can see on the back wall. And then they were also using the booth each day for a different set of rotating artists who would come in just for the day. So like one day I was there talking to Marcus Santucci and his wife, Maria Laura Sanapo, whom I had some work from, but they were just there for one day. But these guys were here the whole time.
Well, there's an OAX artist right there, John Marina Jr.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, and he and Eastman, as particularly as you might imagine, had a steady stream of admirers.
I would have to believe, yeah.
Yes.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is again working. Then plenty of Italian artists sort of filled out the rest. The dealers, there were also dealers in this booth. Veneri Comics was not in this tent, but the other dealers that I had pictures of were, and then probably a dozen different Italian artists that you had to get to know. As you can see, these two guys do high quality renderings of Disney content.
Which is very popular, more popular over there than here.
Yes, very much so. This was just an artist. I had gotten this piece from one of the dealers, this cover of the Italian character Julia, and he happened to be there. And I was talking to some other artists who knew that he was there, and they called him on their phone, and he came and found us, and so I was able to get his picture with his work. And then this is in one of the big tents that's not just original art, but did have some both art dealers and original artists there. This is a Japanese artist, Shintaro Kogo, who was in the Hollow Press booth. So again, it's mostly European, but they have not only some Americans, but some British, some Asian artists there as well. And I have some work from him that I don't think he speaks English, so I didn't try to interrupt his sketching, but it was fun seeing the guy that I have some pages from. Hollow Press is a French house that specializes in weird, macabre sorts of stuff. Panels in another one of the buildings. So this was a building for one of the smaller publishers called Saldo Press, and as you can see, they had some rotating folks there, including Charlie Adlard was there doing signings at one point.
Yep, I miss Charlie. You sent me that one photograph where he was pouring beer, I think.
Yes, we'll get to that shortly.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's. And we got another image here. Where was that? Here we go.
Yeah, it's just another image. This is, you can see most of the whole hall. There's also a side L wing off to the side that you can't see, but this is most of the main building for original art. So this building is 100% original art, though not all the original art is here. This was the main vendor hall, which was quite immense and had a lot of gaming stuff. This is also where they had, as at Heroes Con, artists doing live painting. And so they spent, I think, 3 or 4 days doing live painting. And then there was an auction on Sunday at 3 o'clock, which I had to skip because I had to go meet an artist. But that was here. Here is the art area. I did manage to take a picture of it after they had finished doing their art on those booths. But it's very similar to what happens at. Does San Diego have something like this as well? Live painting?
They used to do more of it. But you'd see something like this at Heroes for sure,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's very similar to what you'll see at Heroes as far as the live painting followed by an auction of the work. And the next shot I think is of some of the art. They didn't let me go in because didn't have any business to be in there while they were getting set up for the auction. But you can see the size. That's pretty typical, the size of the pieces. So if you do want to participate in the auction, part of it is a plan for getting it home intact, because these are some pretty large pieces that they were painting on the spot.
And you didn't bring a big enough portfolio for some of those.
No. And so for a variety of reasons, I let that one pass. This is an example of just a guy doing live painting also in the main exhibitor hall, the main vendor hall. So again, you really have to go everywhere if you want to see the artist. I was just late in the con. I was just walking down a side street and some artist had taken over a local shop and had his portfolios out in there showing his work. And you never would have known if you hadn't just walked by.
Mm-hmm. And then I know you mentioned something about indie artists as well.
Yes, so there was a whole area, they call it self area, which is what they call the indie artists. And there were, as you can see, a couple dozen of those there. There were several there who were clearly doing their work traditionally. And then most of the others, it wasn't obvious that they were working traditionally, like they didn't have necessarily a portfolio out of traditional stuff that you could buy. So it's possible that means they are digital artists, not traditional. This was also where I met the group that is their trade group, which I think is probably the next slide, called the Autori di Immagini, Authors of Imagination. And long ago, they chose the acronym AI to describe themselves, which is causing confusion today, as you might imagine. And so you can see their pitch there is, we are the only AI that really helps artists. And so we talked some about their perception of how AI was affecting art, which the lady I talked to felt that its main impact was that commercial art really doesn't care how it's made as long as it's cheap and quick. And so AI is going to be very popular in commercial art, but people who are looking for original art, of course, want a more creative solution like us. So,
of course. Now there was some art exhibits as well.
Yes, there's a whole building of that, and there's a museum. And I took many pictures, but I didn't want to be tedious and show them all, so I just selected a few. So since Kevin Eastman was one of the guests, I assume this is his own stuff that he brought for the exhibit. I don't know where it all came from because they had probably maybe 100 Kevin Eastman pages. Maybe only 50, but dozens and dozens. This is like one of his first pre-Ninja Turtles pages there, for instance.
Mm-hmm. Antoine wants to know is this convention bigger than OAX? Yes, it is a much larger show than OAX.
It is.
Well, that's cool if Kevin brought his own stuff for to show off.
I'm assuming that's where it came from. Maybe they assembled this from disparate collectors or perhaps some particular person who owned it all, but I bet this was Kevin's stuff. Maybe I'm wrong. So you can just see it just went on, many walls. If anybody wants to see it all, contact me and I can show you, because I took pictures of pretty much all of it, so I'd have something to select from.
Yeah.
So
Alberto said he was considering Luca or Como, but he's leaning towards this one. I mean, I guess it's all on what you want to get out of a show, right?
Yes,
there's
absolutely.
A lot more. I mean, that Stranger Things, facade was pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
that was.
If you're into all that would make it.
Yes. Yeah. The more you want all that other stuff, certainly that's not going to be at Como. What Como has is the highest end, in some senses, artists that they're pulling from Europe to come to that. This is not that, but then again, this isn't at Como either. So this just immense art exhibits.
Mhm.
Got to learn a little bit about Eternaut, which is extremely well regarded sci-fi military series. Here was another artist they had. I forget her name, Lautella maybe. We did sort of slice of life color stuff. As you probably noticed, European art has very little interest in superheroes, and so it's much more realistic topics or horror or adventure stories, but very few skin tight costumes and capes. So Dylan Dog, of course, one of the big European horror action series.
I keep saying I need a Dylan Dog page, Robert. One of these days.
It can happen.
It needs to happen. They're not.
There's hundreds of thousands of them available. So
I know. There's one site I keep going to and looking at them, and I just need to buy one, and I'll be happy.
There's some for sale on CAF.
Yeah.
This was part of the White Dwarf exhibit. White Dwarf being, I believe, a British gaming magazine that I knew from my Dungeons and Dragons days. And so, like Dungeons and Dragons, they commissioned lots of awesome art along the way, and so plenty of it was available for display here.
Now those I want to see. You'll have to put those someplace so I can see them, because I love.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Wow.
I can do that.
I would have loved to have seen this exhibit.
Just super top-notch stuff, needless to say, as you can just tell from the images, sort of speak for themselves.
Antoine wanted to know who the artist was on that last one.
I'm not sure, but I could probably zoom in on my photos when we get home. This wasn't just one artist here at the White Dwarf exhibit. This was sort of company art across the decades.
Right. Wow. Yeah, this is great.
So go along with the gaming stuff, just like Larry Elmore is for the Dragon magazine, and the art experience spilled beyond Lucca. This was actually in Pisa, an art museum they had there, which their main exhibit was late 19th century French Italian art, which kind of fit the Lucca theme this year of the Belle Epoque. But also in this museum, we found comic book art, which was branded as with Lucca Comics being one of the sponsors of this. So this is I can't remember even the artist's name, but there were two of these comics, which were basically 19th century biographies of proto-feminists coming from the Muslim world. This one was about the daughter of a sultan who ran away from the harem to go live in the West.
I'm sure that didn't go over well with Dad.
Probably, yes, I would imagine. Then another in the about a different person, but the same artist, similar 19th century autobiographical, not autobiographical, but biographical work. So these were parts of the exhibits there at the Palazzo Blu, the Blue Building.
Yeah, the artwork's lovely.
Yeah,
I love this piece. Wow.
So European art is a huge world, and so you can spend plenty of time in Lucca. Lucca is a good place to kind of dip the toe in, at least, and see what options were at. Some of the options out there were.
There we go. What are they doing here? Looks like they're.
Yeah, so this was just a panel in the bottom level of the museum. Again, if there was someplace you could know who was going to talk when, I never found it. But every time I came by here, there was different people sitting at this table and in those chairs talking about Italian comic books. Talking in Italian about comic books. They may have been talking about our comic books for all I know. So obviously Foodmedi is a pun on Fumetti comic book. And this was also associated with a museum. And the main thing that I saw that they had here was there was kind of a cafe at the bottom of the museum. And at night, they had a list of who was going to be the guest bartender.
There you go.
So I got in. So I got clued into this.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. So this was, I actually met C.B. Cebulski, the Marvel editor, was there.
Oh,
And I chatted with him a little bit, and we talked portfolios. So I thought afterwards that maybe I should have, put in a good word that they should be sure to keep Marvel Comics supporting original art and traditional art. But then later I decided it was just as good just to show him my portfolio and give him that to remember that there were people out here who cared about the original art and would help to keep his IP alive if they support original art. So,
mm-hmm.
so yeah,
There's Charlie right there.
Yeah, in the gray shirt, there's Charlie, and we had a nice time talking with him in between drinks. And props to the fellow who told me about this, because I wouldn't have known to even come here if I hadn't happened to be talking to a guy. There's Charlie looking at my portfolio.
Yeah, Charlie is such a nice guy. So down to earth and friendly. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen him. I told you I haven't seen him in 10 years, but he's incredible.
Yeah, I think he said it had been 6 years since he finished The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
This was another artist. He's an Italian artist living in Spain named Claudio Stasi, who, again, talking to one artist who told me, oh yes, he's here, and so they helped connect. By the way, English was just fine. Not everyone there spoke English, but in any group of people, there was somebody who could speak English, so I was never at a loss for not knowing Italian. But these were some pages that I had gotten from one of his books. Here's another one of their artists, Valerio Piccione. This character, of course, looks like Audrey Hepburn, and she's the star of one of Italy's comic books called Julia, which is about a criminologist who gets into Angela Lansbury type scrapes. So this was interesting. His name is Michele Cropera, and he's one of the Dampier artists right now, and he does the covers. And he just did this to demonstrate his marker technique for me, because he uses a dead marker and a live marker, and brushes the dead marker against the live one to pick up just some of the ink so that he can smear it in a fading streak. So this was just a 5-minute Nightcrawler head sketch he did for me to demonstrate how he does that technique and what it looks like.
Okay, now I think we have one other folder. Yeah, let's see. Sporting art is the name of the folder. And there's the image.
Lines and rain. So again, be prepared for standing outside in the rain. There are umbrella vendors that sprout like mushrooms from the sidewalk whenever it rains. So if you didn't bring an umbrella, you can buy one on the spot. But again, you wouldn't want to be standing in that long line. Oh yes, getting your art home. So at least currently, original art is tariff and duty free when you bring it back to the United States. You can see here it says free, and there's one. If you had to give a code for like you're getting stuff mailed to you, there's one code if the art is over 100 years old, and another code if the art is under 100 years old. But either way, there's no duty on imported original art at the moment, at least. So no matter how much you buy, you don't have to declare any of it on entry to the United States.
Well, that's good.
I'm not a lawyer, so
so we're not giving advice here on the CAF Plus channel, but I mean, I don't know. I think that makes sense. I think even like books coming in are still pretty. There's a tariff, but it's still pretty low.
Right.
That's good to know about art. It's causing a lot of consternation out there in the art world.
Yes, and I had one portfolio that I carried on the plane with me, and then of the stuff I definitely would not want to have a problem with in shipping, and then other stuff that I just packed in the suitcases. I brought an extra suitcase on the trip, which I filled up partly with published back issues and partly with original art.
And do you declare the stuff you bring in so they know that it wasn't stuff that you bought when you're leaving, or how do you handle it?
No, because it's tariff free, you don't have.
It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The only thing you're supposed to declare. They do ask, do you have more than $10,000 per person of dutied stuff that you're bringing in. But since our stuff doesn't count, the answer is no, and that's the end.
Well, it's kind of simple then. Okay.
Yes. So far it's fine, and we can hope it stays that way.
Yeah. I think we all hope it stays that way. We pay enough in fees at auction houses and other places, right? We don't need it. We don't need, and I mean, yeah, we don't need any more fees on our art buying.
Yes, but if you're importing art from Europe or other places, though, anyone who's sending it to you, I believe, should be able to use that code that was on that schedule, and you shouldn't get charged an import fee.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. So, Robert, would you go again?
So yes and no. As with any con, when you go, I think there's people who go there, and so there are, to some degree, there can be diminishing returns with going repeatedly.
Uh-huh.
I would definitely, I'm definitely glad I went once, but there are other cons that I also like. I've never been to San Diego. I've never been to New York, Baltimore, Chicago, Tokyo. So I would go again, but probably not before I go to some of the places that I've never been. But it's great for some of you may find it an easier sell for your spouse to go along to Italy than to San Diego or Chicago. Because
sometimes Orlando.
Yeah, that's true. Food is great. It's lovely. And weather was nice, if you don't mind the at least threat of rain. So, so yeah,
you've done it. It's not a show that you feel you have to do again anytime really soon. But
I probably won't go next year, but because I have my sights on some of these other places. But I would like Como. I would put it in the queue to go again at some point. Unless there was like somebody who obviously was going to be only there, and that was your chance to see them. That could tip the scales.
Right, but if you go again, the biggest issue was trying to know what, when, and where things were going on.
Yeah,
because there's probably, it sounds like a lot of opportunity to miss out on things that might have been interesting to participate in had you known about it.
Yeah, and for those of us in the States, it's just a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to going to Orlando. So I live in the South, and so getting to Orlando every year is much easier to contemplate.
Exactly. Nope. Well, that was the idea. Well, that's cool. I'm glad I've always been curious. I've seen photos and things, and of course, I've known some people who've set up or gone as well, but really never got to see it in this way. Robert, I'm glad you asked about coming on and showing off some photographs and your experience going to Lucca.
You're welcome. Hopefully that'll be helpful to somebody else to give them a leg up, so when they go, they can know where to look and where to ask about stuff.
Exactly. Well, Robert, it's always good getting to hang out. I know we'll get to see each other in February.
Yes, indeed. Looking forward to
that. Yeah, that's going to be a good time. But yeah, you shouldn't be a straight. We should have you on the shows at least a little more frequently.
Okay.
Right? We can,
whenever it makes sense, give me a holler.
I will definitely do that. Well, thank you again for doing that, and I'm glad you made the trip. And I wish I would have went, because I'm a huge Stranger Things fan, so I would have loved to just get a selfie in front of that.
Yeah, that was something.
All
Very
right.
good.
Well, yep. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, Robert. Thank you as always, and thank you for always being in the chat and encouraging the arty people to
Oh yes, yes, we're all already people together here.
Exactly. All right. See you
around. Bye-bye.
All right. Always good chatting with Robert. People who don't know Robert by his dapper wardrobe, and I've had numerous artists say, yeah, the guy who with the white suit and the hat, and I'm like, yep, that's Robert. So he leaves great impression wherever he goes, and people talk about. Robert's the best. He shows off. He always has a portfolio at OEX. He's always sitting somewhere where people can look at the artwork he brings with him. So great asset to our hobby. I never comment on Robert's art. been a lot of people's heart. I hate to say it, Marcus. You know that. Um, but yeah, I'll try to be better. If I maybe I'll make a New Year's resolution for 2026 to try to comment as much in 2026 as I have in the first 23 years of CAF. How about that? I would think I might set myself to that because it's actually achievable. I think if I left a comment a day, I would probably comment more over the course of a year than than I would have done in all 23 years leading up to that. So yeah, just a quick look. It looks like Mannix still has a few of those sketch cards left. So for those of you who have not picked one up, I don't think they're going to last long. But he did get quite a few larger pieces come in. I think he has about 20 commissions already tackled. So that's good. Congrats to all of the next comic card crew for that. Alberto says, I don't think Bill has ever commented on one of my pieces. Come on, Alberto. That's not true. I had to have at least once. Once. I don't know. It's easier to do with the app, says Newell. That is true, Newell. I've actually probably done half of my comments from the app. I hate to say it. I even I tried because I want to use talk to text with it, and I did that today. And I said Marcus, and it put Mark in there, and I didn't see that. So I was trying to say something that like what Marcus said times 10, and it ended up being what Mark said times 10. So there you go, Marcus. I even tried to make mention you in a comment that I left today, and your name got spelled wrong because I didn't go back and look. Anyway, so hey, let's get on with some stuff here. We got a few more things we got to get done before we bring Mr. Snork in here. As everybody knows, we do have Comic Art Live coming up in it's the weekend after next with the kickoff event on Friday. So as we always do on that evening, a lot of the next comic art crew turns up. We look at artists drawing mystery sketches. We chat for a few hours. It's always a fun thing. So I hope everybody's got that on their schedule for next Friday. It'll be a 9 p.m. start, and it'll be fun as always. And then we roll into the weekend with at least, I'm sure, around 14 to 16 panels that we will have outlined and posted and shared, I think, by Tuesday with everyone. And I'll have all that stuff queued up and set up in the I actually can have it all posted up on the Comic Art Live preview pages that are on CAF. So let me just show you a few things to remind you where to go and what to do in the lead up to this, because I know some of you have still not started setting up your booths. You have plenty of time. 9 days is more than enough time to post 48 artworks in your booth, but shouldn't wait until the last second. So let's go ahead and review a couple things here. Like we mentioned, the mystery sketch sales are doing great, but we can always use some more. We want to set a record this time around, so feel free to pick one up if you haven't, or add a few to it. We actually had an incredible patron, whom I'm not going to mention who it was, come through and pick up a record-setting number of sketch cards by far. So we've had a few people who've liked to buy a lot in the past, but this one collector has outdone themselves, and so much so that I might even ask them to do some kind of an unboxing show with us, because it might be really fun to see this many pieces of art coming into one's home from a mystery sketch. So we'll see how that goes. But mystery sketch purchases, easy to do. You can click the link over here on the right-hand column, or you can also, underneath the Comic Art Live menu, you can buy a mystery sketch from there as well. Get you over to the same page. Very easy. Down here at the bottom, you just pick. Only you got to make sure of is if you're outside of the U.S., you pick that you're international and not U.S. Set your quantity. Type your characters. If you're buying more than one, you can just put a comma between each character. We know what to do with that. Pay that way. As far as setting up your booth, it's rather straightforward, but if you haven't done it before, it could be, I guess, a little daunting. You have underneath the Comic Art Live menu, there is a manage your booth link for anybody. If you haven't kind of accepted the terms that we have for creating a booth, you'll get presented with that page first. Basically just kind of outlines how we want you to be responsive and to take care of your customers in a manner in which you would like to be taken care of if you were buying art from another collector. So just kind of keep that in mind. And you have to be premium, of course. You have to have a premium membership active with CAF through the show. A lot of people, go premium around the same time of the year in November or in May because of Comic Art Live. And I've actually had a few vendors who don't think to renew, and then like their premium membership expires on Saturday, the first day of the show, or on Sunday, and it makes their booth go away. So keep that in mind. If you are a premium member setting up a booth, be sure that your expiration date is after the show, because that's caught a few people. And the same thing is true for you who are going there to attend and purchase artwork, because those are high renewal windows. A lot of times your premium membership is going to expire prior to the show, so double check that. It's shown in a couple different places on CAF, so what those are. Any 3-month memberships, honestly, this is probably the last time a 3-month membership will be out there, and then it probably is going away. So anybody who wants to take advantage of spending $35 for a 3-month membership, you can do that one last time here in November, and then you will not have that opportunity again. I don't believe. You never know. Never say never, but I don't believe so. You have to renew. Yeah, as a premium member, Jerry, you have to renew when your 1 year is up. How much for a lifetime? I've been asked that question before, Jerry. That we don't have any plans to do anything beyond the annual memberships, but trust me, I've had people ask, can I do a 5-year membership so I can just stop forgetting, thinking about it and that sort of thing. And anything's possible, but now, at least for today, it's still going to remain an annual. See, Chris Nork, he would do a 5-year if he could, yeah, or a lifetime. I get it. That's stuff for us to think about, and there's things that we'll all be talking about in the next few months anyway. But so as far as getting started, if you're in your own gallery, you just click Start Booth Setup right here. I've still got my old booth still set up in here, so my art drop and everything from the prior Comic Art Live is still here, because I haven't had a chance to do anything. So I've still got my Brian Hitch artwork in here, which I sold a lot. You can see Comic Art Live is a very successful show, everyone. Every show for the last, I don't know, I mean, for the last 4 to 5 shows, I've sold over $1 million in art sales that are trackable. So that means the number is probably much higher than that. But beyond that, it does pretty well. And for those of you who would like to have the checkout, there is an option to sign up through Stripe to have a checkout there. A lot of the artists have opted to do that. But if you end up buying anything through the booth that we set up for us, then you're going to have to end up having to use Stripe for the checkout there. Agent X710 is hoping that everybody stops by their booth during Comic Art Live. Well, one thing that I will start sending out, we do send out exhibitor emails in the lead up to the show. Anybody who has announcements, I'm going to be asking for those, because we do like to do a show tab that announces what booths are going to be dropping on Saturday. We do the same thing for Sunday. So those of you exhibiting, you'll probably get your first email from me on Monday, where I have some reminders in the lead up to the show about just things to remember, things to look out for, and then I'll start requesting information about what artworks you're dropping. Nothing too detailed, but you can talk about you're dropping 70s spandex artwork, you're dropping indie art, artwork, whatever, from certain titles. We keep it brief, but I'm happy to promote stuff as best we can. But adding artwork is pretty straightforward. You have 2 art drops. You got a Saturday art drop, Sunday art drop. Just picking which day you want to add your artworks to, and you go to town. So we always encourage those people setting up to put some of your best stuff on Saturday. The reason being, of course, is the 2-hour window that premium members have access to the show before the general public has access to it. So we like you as booth owners and exhibitors to put some of your best stuff out on Saturday, because it does gives a reason for those premium members to come in early, spend 2 hours shopping, and yeah, it's a good thing for everyone all around. Erlander had a question about mystery sketch. Does that mean the artist has only 9 days to complete it? No, we actually give the artists 2 weeks after the show as a window. We ask them to have the artwork in the mail, either to the buyer, to their rep, or in the cases where CAF is fulfilling the shipment, the artwork in the mail to us within 2 weeks after the show. So it's not like that at all. Like they're going to do it that weekend. A lot of them do, and a lot of them do it in the lead up. That's why we were able to tease some images in the mailing that went out today. But yeah, no, it's not like you're going to get a piece of art that's not up to what your standards might be. I mean, end of the day, if you've seen mystery sketches for the last 8 shows, you know that the artists actually put a tremendous amount of effort and and time, I guess, into these pieces because they know it's an opportunity to get seen by a lot of collectors who might not be able to pick up their work. And that's really one of the best things with mystery sketches, that exposing the collecting community to artists who aren't maybe as well known in some of the reps teams. I mean, there's always an artist or two that I discover thanks to the mystery sketch or going through a reps booth during Comic Art Live. I mean, that even includes with like Mark Hay, who I've been friends with for a long time. There's almost always an artist who's I'm totally not familiar with, and thanks to the mystery sketch, I see that. Tatiana's team. I mean, you name it. There's a lot of talented artists out there, and mystery sketch is one of the few opportunities they have outside of their agent or rep to promote their work. And yeah, so I would again, I'd highly encourage anybody who's hasn't done mystery sketch yet to give it a try. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And with the sketch card tier, there is there's a lower priced option if you're just wanting to dip your toe in it. But I'd encourage it. It supports artists and it does support CAF as well. But yeah, beyond that, I mean, booth setup is handled there. For those of you who are just coming as attendees, I mean, right now, whenever you click on the Comic Art Live link, you know that you can't get into the hall. We just tell you how you can exhibit and all that fun stuff. But when the hall is open to you on Saturday morning at 11, if you're a premium member, or at 1 o'clock if you're not premium, when you're clicking on the links to get in, you'll end up getting to a page like this where it's actually going to show off some art and some other things that I'm not going to show you right now. But that's the gateway into Comic Art Live next week. But of course, all these eBay auctions will be gone during that period. We'll only be promoting artwork that's in the exhibitor booths. Right-hand column's going to change a bit, so you'll be able to get in and easily find the artwork that's available. So let me go ahead and hide this. What do we got there? Jerry says, how is there not a giant renew button on CAF? That is a good question. Well, we mail it out to you. You get a mailing for the 30 days leading up to your renewal time. And where is the other renewal options? Because I never need to renew because I'm always premium, so I don't have to go looking for it. Where am I at here? I think it's in your gallery preferences, right? Yeah. There's links on your gallery preferences. There's links. There's not one on your gallery itself. Management. That might be a good place for it. Anyway, Jerry, do you want the link on where to renew? I have a lifetime membership, Alberto. Very observant. How does you got that right, Alberto. I get it. It would be easier. Well, I don't know. Anyway, there's an option coming up that will make everyone's life easier. That's all I can say, and we'll talk about it soon. But yeah, we've never been we don't like club you over the head with supporting CAF, and but when you're not premium, I can tell you, this unequivocally, because a few times I do become not premium. It happens every now and again. But if you hover over the Your Account and Collection menu and you're not premium, the link at the bottom says become a premium member, support CAF. So it is. I mean, it's not a giant button, Jerry, but it is there. So, and it is at the bottom of that menu when you're not premium. So we do kind of show it every time you have to interact with your CAF gallery, or or go to calf mail, because you have to hover over that menu. So if you're not premium, we are showing you go premium every single time. So I always, that's why I forget about that, because I don't see it that often. Okay. Anyway, so there you have it. So Comic Art Live 12 is going to be the weekend after next, and I hope everybody is prepared. Everybody is getting their scanned art ready to get posted in their exhibitor booths. And if you have any questions, don't wait until the last minute to ask, because yeah, it's going to be always hard to answer and reply to support emails on Saturday morning. So all right, schedule wise, let's get over to that, because that'll have a nice big list of well, actually it's a short list this time, because we do have so much going on that I don't have the I haven't booked too much, but we do have some stuff coming up. We as you know, Kazra and I are going to be at the Collector Summit this weekend, so I would imagine not many of you are going to be there, but if you are, you can say hi. um, if you're not there, I promise you we will take some photographs of our experience there, and maybe I'll get a photograph of Kazra bowling. I don't know if he's good or not, but if I'll try to show the best images of him. If he can get a strike or something, we'll put that up there, and hopefully the same for me. But outside of that, we've got Anthony doing a low end art drop next Wednesday. So we didn't set a threshold, but I told him, I want stuff under $1,000, because it's in the lead up to Comic Art Live. So that'll be our show for that day. Greg Teagues will be with us on Tuesday. But I think, like I mentioned already, on Tuesday, we'll have the full schedule for Comic Art Live 12 for the panels. So look forward to getting that. The week after Comic Art Live, Bart Sears drops by on a Wednesday night. We'll be doing an art sale with him. Yes, I have all the art. No, I'm not going to show it to you tonight, but I've seen it all. Spinner Rack Rick will be with me on the 25th. We got Ron S coming in, and then potentially GalaxyCon. I know Casper's for certain is going to be going. I may be going. Um, we'll see about that. And then Fred Hembeck. I've not seen his artwork, but he's told me some of the stuff he's sending, and I'm looking forward to doing a show with him on the 13th. And I will wear a Santa hat that night. Maybe I can get Fred to do a like a portrait of me while we're doing that. That would be fun. But hey, beggars can't be choosers on stuff like that. But yeah, full schedule for Comic Art Live will be out next Tuesday. So look for that. And I guarantee you, there's going to be some good stuff. I think I've already mentioned it before that Brian Hitch is definitely going to be doing a panel. We're still finalizing the time for it, but he's been doing all those pinups, and holy crap. I think Brian's misses drawing for Marvel and DC, because the pieces that he did, he's done a couple are they 17 by 22? Yeah, there's an image of Batman that needs to be a cover for DC. I mean, it's freaking unbelievable. He's doing these 11 by 17 pieces too, and they pretty much all have full backgrounds on them. I mean, if I compare him to the covers that that we have around here, he's I think he loves Redcoat, but this is an opportunity for him to kind of do some cool stuff that he doesn't get to do these days working for Ghost Machine. But yeah, that's the only one I can talk about right now. But guaranteed there will be plenty of oh McDonald's boy. I get that from Kazar. Yeah, maybe maybe I will wear my McDonald's bowling shirt, even though it doesn't fit quite well. That I may have to just do it. I mean, somebody's got to have fun at this. I mean, I'm not sure what to expect from Collector Summit this weekend, but I'm gonna make the most of it. Stingray says I need red coat art next year. Yeah, you got it. I mean, he's definitely open to selling, but I think unless people ask for specific pages from Redcoat, he's not just going to send complete issues or anything like that here, because he really does love it. So people have to kind of again, you can ask Chuck Arnold. He picked up a piece of Redcoat art because he specifically asked for a page, one of those ones with Einstein when he was older and in hospice. So if you had a specific want from that book, I can certainly ask him about it. He's not selling all of it, but we have to be very direct. I know you gave me a list. I know, and I even sent it to him too. But I think he told me the one cover was sold, and anyway, I'll hit him up again. He hasn't sent me the art yet. I can remind him one more time, Newell. I know you're a buyer. I'll see what I can do. All right, well, no, Mr. Snork is not in his chair. I saw him pop in, and now I see an empty chair there. Oh, there he is. I'm not even going to do his theme music this time. Hey, Chris.
How's it going?
It's going well, man. It's going real well.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Collector Summit, eh?
Collectors Summit, exactly. It's I mean, they tried to do the collector comic art summit, and that fell apart, and for whatever reason. But this is their comic summit, and they've done 4 of them before. But it's going to be interesting. I mean, come on, for me, just getting to see Heritage's offices are going to be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's
just get walk around there and see that. Getting to go to Halperin's house on Saturday afternoon and see the art on the walls and whatnot. That's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else? And then outside of that, yeah, they're. I think that don't they have, like, I think we saw photographs of bacon wrapped shrimp. I think that so I'm expecting there to be good food and and bowling, from what I understand. Apparently the bowling on Friday night is like they do it as like a mixer. So Kezra and I are going to go to that, and we're gonna mingle with the comic book dealers and have a few beers and and
see
bowl.
where that goes.
Yeah. But after that though, yeah, we've been, Comic Art Live has been the focus of the last week, and the next week is just going to be a pile of that. But that's all right. It's going to be fun. We got a lot of OAX announcements still to go. I know we're going to have a few OAX related panels that weekend, but I know there's at least, I want to say there's probably going to be 5 panels with art sales, maybe even 6. So it won't just be stuff on the exhibitor floor. There will also be art buying opportunities in the streams too.
Yep.
Bowling, yeah, that's right, CJ. My bowling ball is a 9.9, says Casper. Okay. Wow. Anyway, anything new in your life? You pick up any new artwork?
Nope, no new art. Still holding out for OAX.
Thank you. I like to hear that.
I gotta build up a war chest.
Well, that's I love it. I love it. I hope everyone's feeling that same way. Our ticket sales have been great. We've I mean, things are exciting right now. We've got some cool stuff that we're gonna be working on right after Cal is over. But yeah, it's weird because I think we're at that 100. We're almost at 100 days. How many is it, Kazra? I think the last time I checked, it might put us somewhere around 105 days until OAX. I feel like I could use maybe another 100, but it's good. We're okay. we're gonna do it.
I could too, honestly.
Yeah. Oh man, are you planning on coming for an extra day or two, or are you guys just coming down?
I think in the front, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think we'll leave Sunday night. So,
all right,
gets you back on Monday. Like lets you have. I took the Monday off, so like decompress for a day, like be at home.
Mm-hmm.
Then right back to work.
Right. All right. Well, I couldn't make it up there, so I understand. But we'll work something out. We got to get. Anyway, so let's get this CAF update stuff rolling here, right? We got a lot of stuff to go through before we can show off any pics. Find my heritage listings here. Oh yeah, okay. Share the screen. Let's see here. But yeah, beyond that, I got an early flight tomorrow. Well, not early. The flight's not early. I just got to get up and go early. Tomorrow's that whole TSA issues and crazy stuff. So I feel like I'm gonna check one last moment in the morning to make sure my flight's on time, and then I'm still gonna leave a half hour extra.
I've had rotten experiences my whole life in Dallas, so I wish you luck.
Yeah, okay. That makes me worry though. I mean,
well, I used to travel, like I used to be a field technician and connected in Dallas a lot because Madison is not a major airport. So you leave from here, and if you're going practically anywhere, they'll connect you in Dallas for Delta. And I spent the night in the Dallas airport more than a few times.
I don't like to hear that. All right, I'll keep you posted if I'm sleeping on a
Yeah.
at a terminal. I'll let
Yeah.
you know.
Great. We can commiserate.
Yeah, Marcus says I should drive. It's a long drive from Central Florida, Marcus. Yeah, no, that's like a 16-hour drive. I did look at it. I'm like, oh, well, maybe, like, no. I mean, hell, New Orleans is at least 9 or 10 hours from here. So Dallas, hell, that's probably even more than that. Anyway, what do I got here? I did. This is my DeTulio and Jason D'Ambrosio pick. It's
Oh,
Ross Andrew, Joe Sinnott, and it's an FF page, and it's got Black Bolt, and it's
and
got
live.
Lockjaw on it.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, look at that. So let's let DeTulio and D'Ambrosio fight it out. I
Yep.
mean, it's look at that. Look at Lock. You get a
That's like
Lockjaw
the
haunches right
whole
there.
royal family there,
Yeah,
practically.
this actually isn't a bad page. I mean, Ross Andrew on FF.
They even had the thing on it.
What do we got? Yep, no. Anyway, there you go. I hope one of those gentlemen ends up with this page. Now, what do we got next? Oh, I like this page. Mark Bagley and Larry Mulstead, Amazing Spider-Man page with Daredevil and Spidey on it. I don't know. I just love the composition. Thought it was pretty nice. I don't know the story though. Why they're standing in front of Matt Murdock's grave? But is that like is that the father? Maybe. I don't know.
No, he was Jack.
Jack. There you go.
Battling Jack.
Then there you have it. I thought this was a good page though.
Yeah.
Then Jose Ortiz. This is kind of like my calf picks this week. It was tough. But this is a creepy interior, like a pinup page. I just, it's a beheading, and you got a cat in it. So if you're a pet lover, you got that going for it. And if you like your
Uncle
heads in
Creepy.
boxes, it's you got that going for you too.
Yeah, I like that.
And then Chris Pachalo, I picked this one just because I thought, this is like indicative of some of the things you like about Chris's work, right? He'll have a page where he has like half splash, and then he goes and he just throws in all these little panels, right?
Yeah.
And he does that a lot with his storytelling. I just think it's kind of it's very unique to him, and I don't know. That's all I have to say about
Well, it's
it.
like a cool, like it's a cool time compression technique.
Yeah.
It's fun, and like he, back then, like he would throw in a bunch of detail. It was before he got so wild.
Right. That's true.
I think that is Richard Petty. Good guess, George.
I think he's
like
right.
Smokey, it's like the Bandit and the Snowman merged because he's driving a semi.
Man, speaking of that, I don't know what I Googled something the other day, and it was like looking at I don't know what I was looking for, but it had something to do with a bar, right? And I go to the first image, and it was Smokey and the Bandit in front of the Coors truck. And not seen that image in a long time.
They were smuggling Coors.
They were.
Yeah.
Then I picked this one just because Daniel Klaus. I mean, how often do you see a piece of anything by him come up? Not too often. And so this is from Lloyd Llewellyn, issue 3. And I have never read the book, so I don't really know how popular it is. I don't think I've seen a page on Heritage from them from this title before. But if you're looking for an example by Klaus, I mean, this might be your opportunity to get one. I get more, the 2 pages I get asked about the most, David Peterson and my 8-ball page.
Yeah, I believe it.
Honest to God, those all the good X-Men art I've got, the good Thor art I've got. No, David Peterson and 8-ball. So there's
much
something
rarer.
there. Then this one. Oh, here, I picked this one for you, Carlos Esquera. This is from 1980.
Oh yeah,
Johnny great?
Awesome shot there.
Look at that. I thought that kicks ass, man. This is such a nice page. The end of the world is nigh. Yeah.
And I think is that Hitler?
It does look like Hitler. He's hit. I
Johnny's
must get
gonna try
away.
and kill Hitler. Or maybe he's, he'd be protecting Hitler. Got to maintain that timeline.
Yeah. Let's see. I hate rounded corner panels. I do, but I don't mind these. Then this is I picked this one for you. Look at it's the Thunder God giving the thing a lift.
All right.
Look at that. I mean, it's Al Milgrom. I know he's not one of your faves, and then Don Heck inks from Thor Annual 14, the title page to that. But
Good old
it's like,
Kaiser on there.
yeah, what a revolting development this is, right? I mean,
That's like if he was sitting on the back of Ghost Rider's motorcycle. I mean, that's very similar. He's basically sitting bitch in the air.
that's true. Look at that. He's like, oh man. I hope that they don't catch me on Channel 5 flying this way. And then I had to pick this one. You know, I've shown a few of these dinosaur attacks, but this has to be the funniest one I've seen yet. So Earl Norham, it's card art, right? Look at this. The dinosaur comes into the middle of this of the big top. You know, the guy throwing the knives kills the woman. He's got the carnival barker in his mouth. The guy he's dropped the lady. I mean, who knows what's going to happen to the guy in the unicycle, but it ain't going to be good.
To be a brachiosaur too. I don't think he'd be eating that ringleader. But...
No, not at all. But anyway, I just thought this was too funny. I mean, I'm sorry. I picked a few of these in the past. I mean, I think the last one was with the policeman trying to shoot Tyrannosaurus Rex, but now this one is my favorite. Then this is from Justice League 1. It's a DPS by Tony Daniel. So that was nice. Lots of action in there.
Wow, there's a lot happening.
Yeah. Wonder Woman's kicking some butt.
Looks like she's got Zeus's lightning bolt there.
Yep.
That's pretty tight.
There's a lot of detail on this one. Tanks flying, people in the air. Yeah, I thought that was a good one. And then the last one is maybe not the best piece by Muth, but how often do we get, do we see anything available from John Muth? But this is from something called Seekers into Mystery. Never heard of it. But I don't know. I've always wanted to get a piece by Muth, so maybe I'll throw a bit on it because, I mean, it's not like his work comes up too often. And usually the stuff I really like, I can't afford. So.
Yeah, just like big, bold brush strokes. I mean, as an example, it's sound.
Yep. All right, there you go. Those are my heritage picks. Yeah, it was a slow week. Definitely a slow week there too. But EXP, I've got a video, I believe, for Nick and his show tomorrow. Is it queued up? It is queued up. All right, here we go. We'll be right back, everybody.
Everybody, this Friday, November 10th. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. I can't believe I had to think about that. The original art experience. We will have original art and some really cool pieces. I mean, we always have really cool pieces. The thing that makes me happy is that we change up the cool pieces. So we don't have that much here yet because you're going to see this promo on Thursday, but on Wednesday I was prepping for a art drop with Bill Cox on Comic Art Live. So there will be more art, probably, hopefully. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. But wherever you're seeing this promo, please hit that thumbs up. Sharing is caring. If wherever you're watching it, if you're subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed and hit that bell for notifications. Here we go. All right. So we have a Witchblade page by the late, great Michael Zulli. Now, this is so unique. When I was able to pick this up many moons ago, I just found it fascinating. So beautiful. It made me think of like Vampire Lestat for some reason. Just the movie and the mood and everything. Probably because it feels like New Orleans, with the exception of the Big Bad Bear. That threw it off. But just really, really gorgeous. I mean, it was Kristen Dunst who was the little girl in Interview with a Vampire, and like that just gave me that feeling, and I love it. But I'm going to put it on the air because I'm going to mix it up for you guys. I can't believe I'm putting a J. Lee Namor on the air. I don't know. I'll throw in my typical "Oh My Stars and Garters." Why am I doing that? Then I have this great Jesus Marino Action Comics 900, page 48. Doomsday, Cyborg Superman, Steel, Superman, just Superboy, so much going on here. then this is one of my few Chris Sprouse pieces of art, and this is Keith Giffen and Chris Sprouse from Justice League Quarterly, I think. I think this is issue 1, so it's really cool. Then I have this Talent Caldwell Age of Apocalypse Weapon X, which, man, these are hard to come by. And this is just gorgeous. And you can tell the Mark Silvestri, Billy Tan influence there. Now, here's something else that's unique. Hand painted by the Howard Chaykin. Check it out. This is so beautiful. Oh my God. And this is the overlay, which really, really, really got old. But Dominic Fortune, and this is from the magazine. These pages are rare. Check it out. God, this is so beautiful. Howard is just amazing. Maybe I'll do a undramatic reading, which will guarantee it doesn't sell. Oh my God. You know, I just want this to look good for the video by staying there, but maybe I'm screwing it up. All right, then I've got 2 pages by Cliff Richards. Blue Line pencils, Iron Man 27 and 28, pages 5 and 13 respectively. Inks by Scott Hanna. And then this beautiful double-page spread, Dan Jurgens, and I believe Dick Giordano from Green Arrow number 13, pages 6 and 7. And if memory is correct, this is when Mike Grell was writing Green Arrow, and I actually think that Ed Hannigan started the series, but a mind is a terrible thing. So that's all I have right now, but Amy will make sure I pull more. She will try and make sure I pull more. So this Friday, November 10th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, the Original Art Experience. See you then.
All right. See you then, Nick. Well, I won't be. I'll be at the Collector Summit. But yeah. Okay, let's see here. Let's get on with this CAF update, shall we? Let's see. I've got a few things here. I've got my videos queued up as well. I just have to get the report page showing. It's not there we go. There we are. Man, it's one of those days, man.
Musical interlude there.
Yeah. So dealers last week, this is for the week of October 27th through the 2nd of November. And sellers, what did they do? Who was number 1? Berkey was number 1, 107,000. Felix number 2, 103. He had to have done more than that with his big art drops. Maybe it's not all like Mark sold yet. Anthony had a good week, 87,000, and everybody else just wishes they could have been either of those gentlemen. Top 3 sales from dealers last week. What do we got? First is a piece from Mike. This is Bernie Wrightson, Captain Stern piece, Running Out of Time number 2, cover art and poster art by Bernie Wrightson. Asking price on this one was $24,000.
I had that poster.
Did you really?
Nope.
Sweet. Then this is, what do we got? A Nick Dragotta piece that sold for $20,000, cover to Batman issue 1. Sold by Felix. Then this is sold by Berkey. This is a Buster, what is it? Buster Crab number 5. Says Al Williamson, Frank Frazetta, and Roy Krenkel all worked on this piece. Asking price $17,000. Then a Joe Shuster piece sold by Berkey as well. Superman drawing, dated 1942. $8,500 on that one. Then look, Anthony has finally sold the Kurt Swan drawing on a curtain. It's a huge cloth banner. He's had this for years. It is finally sold. $8,000 on that one. And then look, it's the FF, man.
Yeah.
Luis Royo, Fantastic Four Countdown to Chaos, where they're battling werewolves. That one for $6,500. I don't think I've ever seen that.
That looked like a paperback cover.
Yeah, definitely. Auction results. Let's do that and get on with things here. $338,000 for eBay and Heritage. So eBay's top 3 sales. Oh my gosh, there's a good one in here. There's a piece. The second piece is listed as $4,000. It sold for $39 in a make offer. I think it's a Hero Initiative piece. I think they must have like mislisted. They probably wanted to list it for $40 and somehow forgot to put and it made it 4,000. And somebody offered him $39 and it's sold. But you'll know why. It's a Howard Chaykin piece. So here we go. So second piece in the lot. It will give you a laugh. But first up, Tyler Kirkham. This is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle #1 variant cover. It was a make offer on it as well. It was listed at just under $6,500 and it sold for $5,000 with a make offer. Now the next one, Hero Initiative sale. Howard Chaykin, Buck Rogers. When I first saw it, I was like, this must be a tall stack of Buck Rogers artwork. It wasn't. This is all it was. Probably, mistakenly listed at $4,000. It sold for $39. Then this Graham Nolan. It's a pretty nice page with Bane. You've got Vengeance of Bane 2, and it sold for a make offer as well. Listed $3,500, sold for $2,000. Then now this piece right here. This was not in the stuff that I looked at last week. When I'm at Heritage, I'm going to ask them about this. Ken Stacy Robotech cover went for $87.50. Then this John Byrne Alpha Flight 16 splash went for $42.50. And then this next piece, I swear to God, it was not in. I looked at everything. This was not in there when I looked. Marshall Rogers, Terry Austin, Doctor Strange, 48 page, $4,250. There's no way the Ken Stacy and the Marshall Rogers were listed on Wednesday last week when I went through it. I guarantee the Ken Stacy was not there. I want to know what they're doing over it. Why do they do this? They hold the best stuff too is somehow held back for 24 hours.
That Veritech had pants on. That's a rare bird right there.
Maybe that's why I went for $8,750.
Somebody's like, "Oh my God, it's the pants cover."
It did look a little weird. All right, man. We ready to do some go through our picks here?
Absolutely.
All right. Let's see. I got to get the right tab up here. Okay. All right. Present. And I'm all packed and ready to go. I don't have to do anything. I'm going to have a beer when I'm done here, and I'm going to bed.
I had a bunch of beers. I got sober in the time that it took me from dinner to get here. So everybody lucked out.
I wish I had your life, Chris Stark. You got it made, man. You got all the great, brew pubs around you. You can pretty much drink anything you want whenever you want, and you do.
Yeah, I tried to. I had like 3 old fashions in like 5 minutes. I swear to God, it was like.
Oh well, all right. Well, here we go. Anyway. Josh Cassara gets us started here. Whose calf gallery are we in? We are in Robert Agner. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Agner. A recent member joined in June. So welcome to the site, Robert.
Well, I think he has good taste.
Clearly.
This page is obviously all about that super trippy panel at the bottom. Cassara really has this ability to go nuts with textures in spots, and that bottom panel has a ton of that happening. It doesn't really matter what's happening on the page. Everything else looks cool too, but it's just dominated by that bottom image where it's like, what is happening to Wolverine? Is he seeing the heat death of the universe? What is that apocalypse? Is he gonna fight Darkseid on the next page or what? But it's so visually arresting. I saw the thumbnail and I was like, booyah.
Yeah. Nope. I agree with you. I saw this one too. I probably would have picked it. Josh is just amazing. This is it's a really cool page. No, I mean it's great. We talked about it the last time. I think we picked a piece by Josh where we're like, I got to go to Josh's table, almost early on, or I'm going to forget. But I got to pick up something by him, and I got to look through everything he brings because his work is just so phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was this? I saw a question from somebody. Will there ever be a video on CAF Plus to submit traditional artwork on CAF Plus? I'm not sure what that means, Corin Kaiser Stone, but you can always email me, bill@comicartfans.com, and I'll be happy to address that question. If you explain it a little better, I'm not sure what you mean by that. They can submit their own artwork on the site. Oh, you mean creating your own CAF gallery? Oh, well, yeah, CAF is a
Plenty of people
free,
have.
yeah, there's 1.3 million artworks on CAF. The stuff we're talking about right now is artwork that is collected and posted to CAF. Every week, Chris and I go through and we pick some pieces to feature from collectors and artists who posted their work there. I mean, last week we whose work did we?
Kyle Oates.
Yeah, Kyle posted some stuff today. Did you see that? Yeah. I'll tell you, I don't mind. I'm going to say it. I'm not, and I don't do this for many people. Everybody knows I love Kyle's stuff. Kyle actually emailed me and he said, the only thing I don't understand is why my images are so small.
Oh,
So
Kyle.
I gave him a complimentary premium membership. I said, Kyle,
nice.
and I said it expires in a year, but I'm like, Kyle, I want to see your artwork bigger, and
Big.
I'm sure, and most people on the site do too. So I've given you a premium membership for a year.
Good for you,
And
Bill.
he sent me back a nice thank you, email, and he's like, he's even said, if I have any other questions, I'll reach out. Thank you so much. But yeah, no. So there you go. So for those of you who don't know, when you're watching this is all collected artwork.
I'm with NSN on this. Now get him to post some prices.
Now I know I saw that too, because the stuff he was posting tonight, he didn't have any prices on it. He had that Marvel Zombies cover that was pretty cool. He had a Sabretooth cover and no prices. I'll talk to him because clearly I'd love to get him on the channel. It might be pretty fun. Maybe we can do an art sale with him.
Have you seen him?
Have I seen? He's a big guy.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. Yeah, right. He makes you look small, Snork.
He does. He makes Doug Monkey look small, and that's a feat.
Exactly. But no, I will. I'll reach out to him because no, I mean, we've talked about how much we like his work, and maybe we can coach him a little bit on on stuff. Get him introduced to the community properly, and maybe get him on an interview. That would be a good way to start. Okay, so this piece, this was the Chiarello, right? Yeah, and who's CAF gallery in? Chris Lutz. Hey, Chris.
Another guy with impeccable taste.
Indeed.
I'll hawk or shill or whatever for Chiarello every chance I get. I think he's an absolute genius. I mean, there's so much subtle wash stuff happening on this. Like, I think that this is, I mean, don't shoot me if I'm wrong, but I mean, I think this is one of his like kind of base level options for OAX. Mm-hmm. I'm not shilling for, essential sequential or whatever. I'm shilling for Mark Chiarello. I think he's brilliant. I honestly I don't care about baseball, but those baseballs, paintings that he does, I just sit and stare at them. And this happens to be, at least I think to a lot of people, maybe a more interesting subject than Major League Baseball. But Harry Houdini, he famously did the Batman Houdini book back in the day, which was a labor of love for him. So the likeness here is spot on. And I just think this is really, again, it's just so interesting. Like every piece of it there's something to look at.
No, agreed. I threw the link in for the pre-OAX opportunity with Chiarello that goes on the Essential Sequential site. But yeah, while I guess what was it? Art Adams and Dave Finch have sold out. Chiarello is still available, and Eric Canetti, Sean Crystal.
Tommy does not have 6 fingers. He's going like this. His fists are balled up.
Oh, Tom. But you see that Antoine's going, is Snork a large person? It's hard to tell on screen. Everybody remember we've all gotten that. It's like you're too, everybody thought I was short, like I was maybe like 5 foot tall.
No, you're super tall. You're super tall and I'm super big this way.
Right, exactly. You just gotta go like this. Show him the gun. Just give him one
I
gun.
got a sweatshirt on. Doesn't work.
Oh, that does. Yeah.
I look
Okay.
like Hans and Franz in this
All
thing.
right. Well, so, Antoine, you got to get out to a show. Come on down to OAX in February. You can find out for yourself. Um, all right. What do we got next here? Houdini had 6 fingers. Is that true, Jerry Bourne?
Shut up, Jerry. Is that true?
I hope not.
I
I
hope
have no
not.
idea.
Would explain some of his tricks, though.
It would. It definitely would. So here we have a Tommy Lee Edwards piece, another OAX artist, of course, whose commission opportunities are open and were announced this week. I know that you've got a few Tommy Lee Edwards pieces in your collection. This
I
is
do.
from The Fury of Doctor Doom. And here, let me switch over to
kind of rare, like big two stuff from Tommy anyway. It's from a book called 1985, which is like a retrospective of kind of like that time period, but for Marvel. But there's so much happening on here, and like visually, this is really busy. But I love how he cuts that swath of fire like in a V through the composition, and it like really breaks all that stuff up. So like, while it's also, I'm sure accurate as far as like the scene that he's trying to show as a device and as a design, that really like makes this image work.
Yeah, it's so fun seeing his black and white work.
Mm-hmm.
To just see how great he is with a brush. I mean, this is yeah, I love the foliage as much as I love the
Right?
fire.
The stuff
I
that's
love
like
the building.
in the foreground, way up in the foreground on the
Yeah,
top. So good.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the way he's almost just knocked these out. I mean, it's
Mhm.
he worked on the negative space to pull that together. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it
Yeah.
really is really well done. Huh. Yeah, no, this is great. And I don't think I did not like this one yet. There we go. So Mr. Robert Berman, congrats. Now he's been on twice in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I can't deny TLE.
No. All right. Paul Roach. I hate to say I picked this one too, and then I was so mad when I realized you had picked it.
Sorry.
But Dave Givens, I mean Dan Dare strip. These are also freaking awesome. I mean, every time one comes up, I feel like I should buy one. But
And Bolland. I mean, yeesh.
yeah,
Arguably, if you put Alan Davis and like, I don't know, maybe Carlos Esquera in there, you've got like the British Mount Rushmore of like comic artists. But yeah, everything in here is just as like tight, detailed, perfectly rendered as you would expect from either of these guys. But then you get them both on the same page.
Right. Man. That is so fantastic.
Right.
Doggone it. Oh, yep.
Very British. That's so British sci-fi.
I know. Well, you look at it, and you know why guys like Chris Weston draws like he does, right? You see stuff like this, and it's like, oh man, I mean, yeah.
The artistic.
One of the reasons I love Chris's work too. Yeah, I mean, all right. I've got it's a wrong I have to write in my collection. I've actually never owned anything by Gibbons at all, or let alone
Bolland, yeah,
Bolland. So
talk to Matt Moore at OAX and see if he'll hook you up.
I should talk to him. I mean, every once in a while, Art Droids has a piece or two, and sometimes, of course, Joseph gets a piece on his site over at Brit Comics Art, but they never last.
Well, and it's rarely classic stuff.
Yeah. So this is in Mark Owen's Calf Gallery, Greg Capullo Batman cover. Wasn't there another Batman cover by Capullo that dropped or on Calf?
Yes,
I think there was. It was a good one too. This is I like the composition much better, of course, on this one than a big heaping pile of figures. But I thought this is really nice. There's almost so much detail in here. It should not be a cover because it's
staging though.
That
makes it work. And like he's got, the action is literally like trailing across the page from, it's from left to right, which really makes it read too. But I picked this because I was never ever a Greg Capullo fan, and then he started on Batman, and I wasn't really paying attention at the time. But I remember seeing this cover and thinking like, that's Greg Capullo, and like got me into not only like reading this New 52 book, but also like really, I came around on Greg Capullo. Like his work on the first few issues of this book in particular, I think were just like every panel, every page was like a home run. And this cover for me, like I say, just absolutely transformed my opinion on the guy.
Well, I understand why. Marcus says I would like one of these. I no, Marcus, I do not. But thank you for that. But I get it. I mean, God,
I would.
yeah, I'm sure. No, but yeah, looking at it, I mean, this is it's a very busy cover, and the
Mhm.
composition is, with that with the train tracks like that. I
Yep.
mean, there's so much. It's so busy, but man, it works so well, and
It's
yeah, I mean,
ambitious too. I mean, as
yeah.
a like what you're trying to show, it's really ambitious.
Right, and even like the way he's lit the buildings in the background. I mean, he's doing a lot more than any illustrator for a comic book cover needs to do.
Yeah.
And he's pulled it off so well.
I think if is there a secondary with the published image?
No,
No,
no.
okay. Because I was gonna say I remember it really a great coloring job on this cover, and the logo treatment didn't kill much.
Who inked this Clapian? I don't know, Antoine.
I think
Doesn't
this is all Capullo on the cover.
okay. Next up, there we go. Jimmy Lawrence. So the artist is Nathan Fox, and is it a commission? I assume. Yeah, pending
Yeah.
commission. That's
I'm
cool. I love
curious.
the textures, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I love Nathan Fox. I think he's brilliant. He's spent a lot of time as an instructor and things like that. Like he's very passionate about teaching and getting people to get into the media, learn the media. I have a huge Nathan Fox right there. That big Jonah Hex in the corner is Nathan Fox. But he absolutely knocks commissions out of the park. Like he just like really, I don't know if it's the fact that he's kind of left to his own devices, as far as like what he portrays or whatever. But I think that his work is just absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, George. He hasn't done a ton of mainstream comics work. There's been some like stops and starts in his career. But when you see him do something like this, you see what an amazing illustrator he is.
No, I agree. I think it really is freaking awesome. It's so well done, and it's an interesting shape too. I want more, but he's kind of
Mhm.
packed it all in.
Yeah.
Even in the dimensions of the board that he worked on. That's great. Is there a lot of Nathan's work on CAF? 168 pieces. That's not bad. All right, what do we got next? We have something from Jason's CAF gallery. This one got a lot of love all week. I mean,
Should.
anything by Perkins, right? That's this detailed, man.
Yeah. I absolutely love the separation that he gets on this. The way he pushed the machinery into the background and where it's questionably like it's not as tightly rendered, but it's still, like reads his machinery. And then at the same time, that big cog there, that big gear on the left, like he goes all in on that. He goes all in on the chain, but he still manages, like by using different technique, to get separation with Swamp Thing, to get separation with, I can't remember the name of the character in the foreground, but like everything like is so neatly and perfectly layered, but at the same time it's all intermeshed.
hmm When your jeans get caught in the bike chain, NSN. Yeah. Those were the days.
There's Swamp Thing's jeans, they're caught in that bike chain. He's right.
Yeah, my goodness. But yeah, I thought this was great, and throughout the week it was always like in the most viewed and most commented lists. I kept seeing it in different feeds, and that and that just that I mean, Perkins deserves it. He's done so well.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
such amazing work on this run, and yeah, I can see why Jason wanted to add this to his collection. I mean, it's stunning.
I mean, there's a handful of artists, right, that really made their bones on Swamp Thing, and I think we count Mike Perkins in that number now.
Hmm. Definitely. What Stefan says between the app and the desktop, not show. Steve, Steve, you got to change your name, man. I know it's Mussolino when I see the avatar, but these doggone ats are
Look at his picture.
right. It's driving me nuts. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in the app this week too, but yeah, but for me, yeah, this thing popped up a lot. So, cool. Well, congrats to Jason for this one.
Yeah,
He did
of
very
course.
well adding that to his collection. Now, Aaron, oh, he's got the right avatar there with that. It looks like
Mhm.
a. I wonder is it like a Tom Morgan Thor? But here you go. We got. What is this from?
Marvel Saga.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's a title page. I love how cleanly like laid out and how perfectly rendered this is. Like everything is super duper crisp and like I mean it's almost it looks like it's trying to be like of a different era and it kind of doesn't, but it's all really like delineated super clearly, almost to the point where it looks like like a coloring book, like the thick,
Mm.
the thick outlines and stuff like that. But it just makes it read so nicely, and like everything is so perfectly rendered on this.
And this is all. Is it all Pollard? Yeah. Okay.
Might be.
No, I agree. It does have kind of a classical sense to it. And it's not just because of the era of the characters that they're drawing. I mean, it's the way he approached it.
But it
He's
doesn't feel silver agey, like the line weights and stuff like that. It doesn't feel silver agey, but like approaching it kind of.
Mhm. Yeah. CJ says almost like a 60s Marvel promo. Sure. No, that's a good one. That's what was okay. He was actually showing where the published page was from Marvel Saga. Okay.
I mean, Pollard, he can just draw, and like this is a great example of his draftsmanship.
Agreed. Well, congrats to Aaron O for adding that one to their collection. Now, yeah, I saw this piece too, Steve Rude Pirates piece, and that's in Indy Jones. I've added them to my watch gallery list. So yeah, you got, and for those of you who like to watch galleries, this is a good one. A newer member, but they're posting a lot of cool stuff.
I just love the lighting on this. I mean, I think like if you were looking through an illustration textbook on doing object source lighting, like
Mm.
this is your example. The way he hits like the highlights on the shoulders and the clothing, and the way you know that you have to like basically black out those figures that are in the center of the piece because of where they are in relation to what you're looking at and where the fire is. I mean, the guy knows more about illustration than most of everybody in this chat room and you and I put together. And I think that like that's one of the reasons that he's really an artist. It's one of the reasons that I like respect the hell out of what he does. And then you see something like this, and it's basically like, what can't he draw? What can't he illustrate?
Hmm. Yeah, I love it. I mean, even it's got to be like moonlit as well, even though you don't see the moon
Right?
in the shadow of the guy coming from the boat here.
Yeah, the
Uh,
pirate ship. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's no, it's cool. And you're right. I mean, he knows his shit. I mean, this is really well done. And yes, you gotta follow Indy Jones's calf gallery. Next up, Neon Dragon. Now, this is a Don Perland, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce Andy's last name. Mush
Wyszynski.
Wyszynski. Okay, that makes more sense.
This was a nostalgia pick for me. This is when I was reading Defenders, and I used to get them at the drugstore or the grocery store or whatever. Basically, like I would have to go to like 3 or 4 places in the little town where I grew up to like look for comics. I couldn't put runs together or whatever, but for some reason, the drugstore always had Defenders. And so I could consistently pick up Defenders. And to be totally honest, I wasn't even all that interested in the characters, but the fact that I could read every issue and like put a story together, like made it compelling to me. It's why I'm a fan of Son of Satan. It's why I like Gargoyle and like, all that kind of stuff. It's just pure nostalgia. I do absolutely love that image of Hellcat on the middle right. But beyond that, this is just plucking my heartstrings more than anything.
Would you own something like this, I guess?
Yeah, if I could find a great example with Son of Satan on it, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Wordy as hell, says CJ. Yeah, it's all right though. But the character is still, and same thing that in the third panel. I mean, the way he's drawn her is it's perfect. You get it just for that panel. But yeah, that crazy carousel they're riding is, there's I wasn't a regular reader of Defenders, I have to say.
Yeah.
But I did pick it up periodically because sometimes the covers were cool and you wanted to know what.
Well, and I mean, depending, you had Angel and Iceman and Beast, and yeah.
All right, well, I got my like on that one. It's in a gallery that they've now given the title "Great Narrative Art." I like that. That's actually my page. Okay, so I guess that was your last one. So we're over to mine. Okay, so James Siegel. This is Mike Diodato cover from New Avengers 19. I always was intrigued by this cover. I didn't read the book, but I always liked the image. It's just so there's something about this
It's
horizontal
menacing.
line of characters, and they're very dark.
Yeah.
And you're, like you said, menacing. Wolverine is up, in your face, but every one of the characters looks like they're ready to kill you. And I don't know. I've just really enjoyed this cover when I saw it.
It looked great in color too. The coloring treatment was tip top on this. It really sold the menacing piece.
Mm-hmm. I didn't buy any. No, I did not. You're right. But anyways, let me get my like on here for James. So I think this is fantastic. I mean, I didn't even notice the little where he's signed on a cloth. Yeah, that's awesome. So congrats, James.
Diodato in my mind, like right before he went digital is when I really started liking his stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, James always adds something incredible to his calf gallery every single week, but this one I really, really enjoyed. Let's see, next up. But this was in Eric De Los Santos. I've always liked the amount of detail. I don't love every piece that Andy Braze. Was it Braze?
I've always said Braze, but yeah.
Braze. Oh, Braze makes more sense. I can't say that I've loved every one of them, but this one I really do. I mean, it just feels like an etching almost. I mean, most of his stuff does, but there's just something about the composition on this, the little Art Nouveau bit. Right. Hellboy is pretty rendered really well. I just think that he's gotten a lot of depth in there with the cross hatching he's done there. This little the way he's handled like this little misty area. I mean, that's a lot of work. I mean,
what's cool is he's kind of doing Hellboy. He's kind of doing his version of like what Mignola might do, right? Like you've got some skulls, you've got the Cthulhu's looking thing, you've got like a framing element. There's there's concrete, there's a little bit of foliage, but then like he doesn't do what Mignola does. He does what he does, and like this is, honestly, a really great result. And oftentimes when I see somebody who illustrates Hellboy like not in the kind of Mignola wheelhouse, I'm like I don't feel that way about this. I really like it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're right. He's drawing Hellboy in a very different, maybe more realistic way.
Oh
And
yeah, much more
yeah,
highly rendered. Yeah.
wow, I like it even more now. I mean,
But
uh,
what I'm saying is like he's
yeah.
got some of those tropes. You
Mhm.
know, like the content wise, this is very very Hellboy, but like flavor wise, it's not.
All right. Well, it's gorgeous. Eric has a
Yeah,
great collection, so and
absolutely.
he doesn't need any more Art Adams in his collection, so he might as well. Look, it doesn't stop him from writing a lot. Uh,
No, he's verbose in his descriptions.
yeah. Well, congrats, Eric. This one's awesome. What?
Yeah, beauty.
I didn't like it yet. Now I have. All right. Next up, Miles Morales piece. Chris Allen. Not very familiar with Chris Allen stuff. I thought the composition on this thing was great,
Looks
and
dizzying.
isn't it? It's
It's
really.
actually kind of giving me vertigo looking at it.
I know it. Yeah, yeah. I should shrink the screen a little bit. You're right. I mean, it's funny. I mean, because it caught me as a thumbnail of
Mhm.
like a lot of the artwork does, but you're right. It actually does have. God, does kind of give you that a
It
little
feels wrong.
disorienting. How the hell is he doing that? I don't even want to stare at it anymore.
Well, I mean, there's nothing stopping you from drawing the buildings right side up and then flipping the paper and drawing the figure, right? But I'm
Right,
not saying
right.
who did it that way,
That
but
that's
that's
that's pretty
whew,
damn cool. Yeah, you don't get the, I mean, you're right. I mean, it's very disorienting.
yeah.
Wow. No, Tom says it's making his stomach hurt. All right. Now we've achieved what I thought was impossible, showing a piece of art that actually affects everyone in the audience almost in the same
Physically.
way. This is great.
Yeah.
It is pretty damn awesome though. I mean, so Paul, great addition. I mean, he always adds great stuff to his calf every time, but this one's really special.
Yeah.
Are you familiar? I mean, I guess Chris Allen. I mean,
I
Chris.
wasn't, but George just commented that he was a Stormbreaker for 2023, so he had to have done some higher profile stuff.
Huh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna move it to the search here, and that way I'll check. Okay, so not a lot. 46 pieces on calf.
Okay.
Okay. I will go back to that, but he's in Khalil's calf gallery, George Hodges' calf gallery.
Wow. That's
Well, now we
elite
know.
company.
Michael Benham. Okay. Khalil
Oh,
again. More Benham. Andrew Allen. All right. Okay. He's good. If he's in all
he's
those
known by
collections.
some of us.
Black Panther after the Miles series. Okay. Cool, George. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on his stuff. Hey,
Oh yeah.
JC. Come on. JC does not let us look at his artwork. He locks it all down. But for Halloween, he put this one out there, and I was like, I am not letting this one pass because we don't
No.
ever get to say JC's name doing picks. And it's a gorgeous piece, right? I mean,
It's amazing.
the only thing I
This
didn't
is
like
the
about it
cover
was
that sticks with
I
you.
had a what's that?
It sticks with you. Like I saw this and I was like, oh, somebody bought that.
Yep. Oh no, it's stunning. It still has Albert's watermark on it. So even when I used it for the show graphic, I had to dust off my Photoshop skills and and the
Attaboy.
rubber stamp, and I got rid of it.
Nice.
But no, I mean I mean the image was just so striking, and it's just art always drew this character really well. I mean the hair is fantastic. The Mr. Peanut's awesome.
I love the like literal cross hatching happening in the bats.
Mhm. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, yeah, you could look at this thing for
I
days.
mean,
You have to have it.
he's doing right angles on those bats. I love it.
That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. But yeah, but I was just happy to have a piece from JC that we could actually share and show off. So I didn't see JC in the chat at all tonight. So this was that vampire. I can't remember what was her name. It was in that it wasn't World's Finest, was it?
Oh,
It was Batman and Superman, and it's such a great book, but I can't
doesn't she have
remember.
an alliterative name? Uh, crap. Is it
Where's
in the description?
Where's Derek? That's a good question. It should be in the description. Let's see. Skeeter.
Uh,
Skeeter, Mr. Peanut Shirt Girl. That's the way we all remember
yeah.
her. Anyway, sketchbook cover in JC's Calf Gallery. Wonderful. Yep. Skeeter. See, there's Derek. Not a number, Derek. Derek posted some nice artwork this week too, including a piece of Brian Hitch's that he picked up. Now this one, I know you probably skipped this one over because it's Matteo Scalera, and you talk about
did.
Matteo way too much. But man, oh man, I don't see how you pass this one up. That
It was
first,
hard.
I mean, just the cityscape with her sitting on the rooftop.
Filled with
Um,
snow.
the snow, the inset panel in the first panel, I mean, it's so good. I don't even want to see this thing colored because just seeing this
Yeah.
panel here against the cityscape and her, man, I mean, I love it. I mean, there's
The dimly lit snow against the lit snow. And like it looks like snow. It reads like snow. Like
well, look
how
at their
do
breath here in the second to last panel. I mean, he's I haven't really seen artwork like this since Tim Sale was at the top of his game, right? And now you're seeing stuff like this, and Mateo is just freaking unbelievable. This is stunning. And yeah, I'm disappointed in you. You didn't pick this one.
well, I take heat from certain members of the chat when I pick the same foods over and over and over again, and like
I
everyone
get
knows
it. Well, that's
hard
why I had to
choice.
do it. I
Yeah.
thought you were going to pick this one. I had left it as like a maybe, but I figured for sure you were going to get it. And then when you sent me your list and it wasn't there, I'm like, okay, I'm picking it.
I want a page. I am not a Batman fan, never been a Batman reader. I want a page from this book, from this series so bad. Like I've seen some of them on Instagram, and I actually was on, not ashamed to admit, kind of ashamed to admit, I was crawling over Essential Sequential today looking for art from this book, and he didn't have any up. So
Yeah, I've been yelling at Jason about his website. He doesn't
yeah,
even have a new page anymore. He used to have a page where you go look at, like every other art dealer has. You scroll for new. His new page has 3 pieces of art on it.
so not to bag on or not to add on, but
I love Jason's site.
he puts the tags over top of the art.
I know.
When you go to the artist's pages, all the tags are on top of the images of the art.
Well, I'm in a roundabout way. I'm getting emails from his web developer through Jason because I've been bringing stuff up to him. I didn't mention that yet, but I'm going to throw that one out there too, because yeah, I mean, again, he's got so much. He's almost done too much with the site at this point, and I think that it's working against him. But I literally told him the other day, I'm like, dude, how would, as me as a buyer and wanting to go see new art, I can't see anything you posted on here. I'm like, you need somebody like us crawling your site to like show people what's new because you can't do it on your own site. you know
Mhm.
Anyway, tell them to package better too, says Marcus.
Mm. Well,
Come on, Marcus, say something nice.
love this page.
All right. Then I forgive you for not picking it. See, I left the Dan Dare in there. All right. See, I had picked it. I'd picked it.
Oh, this is beast.
Isn't it? Oh my
I
God.
love
I mean, this is just so cool. Then look at the image of Dread there on there with the city behind him. I mean, this kicks all kind of butt.
And
I mean, I haven't seen anything.
Stuff are still there. Like, come on.
What wasn't there like bike designs that were up on Heritage or for sale? I mean, this to me is as cool as seeing that kind of stuff. Now, is this in? I didn't even realize. Is this? It is in Melchior's calf gallery. I didn't even care whose calf gallery it was. I didn't even look. So Joseph Melchior, again, getting all the good stuff. Man,
I love it.
Jason, he's here. He's working on it.
All those pages sell at New York. That's what somebody in the chat just said.
What's that?
Steve Luciano said that all the pages for Last Halloween, Mateo's pages sold at New York.
Oh, is that true, Jason?
Accurate reporting.
You're gonna make Chris Snorrick sob if that's true.
I'm getting a commission, but man, there were some sick pages.
Wow. Well, I'm sure that Jason's probably going to have some new art to bring to OAX.
Right.
Oh, it's sold. So it's not a rumor. It's true. Oh, well. All but one. Uh-oh. Well, anyway, Jason, we want to get the scoop on whatever work from Mateo you're bringing to OAX. So when you've worked that up, we're here to help get the word out about that. And I know somebody who who's close to me who's probably very interested in knowing what that work might be.
Hmm.
Yeah, you'll have to ask. I don't know, Mark. Let's see, Marcus is
They
getting
can work that out
testy.
on their own. Let's talk
Yeah,
about
let's go. But anyways,
man.
back to this Judge Dredd piece. Come on, look at
Yeah.
that. You can't. I mean, this. I don't know. This is another one. I would have thought you would have picked this one, but I think it's just incredible as a cover.
I'm trying not to be more pigeonholed than I already am. Like,
All
oh, you always
right,
pick the 2000 AD piece. So whatever.
all right. Well, when you don't do it, then
trying
I
to shake it
then
up.
I fall into it. Oh well. Let's see here. What's next? I only got a couple more pieces here. Oh, this was Garcia. Yeah,
I
I thought
I had this in the cart for a minute.
Yeah, I just liked it a lot. I think that it's kind of a little coarse for
It
Lopez,
is.
but
It is.
I think he was like trying to riff a little bit on like a
Kubert.
a Kubert style.
Look at
Exactly.
Tarzan's face.
Right, right.
That is
And I did.
that is a Kubert face all day, all night.
Yeah, I was surprised, because as a thumbnail,
Yep.
I thought it was Qbert, and then when I loaded it up, I'm like, gosh, that's cool. I mean, we see it. We know artists are asked quite often to like, follow
Keep it in the
follow
house.
in another artist style to kind of keep continuity. Sometimes they do it by keeping the inker on from artist to artist on a book, but
Mhm.
yeah, I thought that was kind of neat. And who's the owner on this one? Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Nick Franks, 12-year veteran of CAF.
And I mean, that's not taking away. Like, if you were told to ape, no pun intended, Kubert, by editorial, he did a great job.
Definitely. The ape-man battling a horde of killer apes. Yeah, there you go.
Julie Schwartz is smiling somewhere.
All right, this is in Mickey's Calf Gallery. Star Frontiers was one of those funny games that they would that they
Yeah.
released in like the 80s and everything. And this is a Larry Elmore piece from it that I didn't even know Elmore worked on any of the art from Star Frontiers. But it was a game that I think I actually owned and never played it. I just
Mm.
loved the artwork in it. I just thought that, and they came out with these funny little like module things that would
Mhm.
accompany that you could buy at the gaming shops and stuff for it.
Yep.
And it just was it was a nice contrast to seeing like TSR, D&D related stuff, or at the same time there was what was it, Top Secret was a really popular role-playing
Marvel.
game, and Marvel, right? And I just thought that this title stood out, by the artwork that they produced for it. And this is
Mhm.
this is a fantastic image. I love gaming art, and I'd be happy to have this in my collection. I just think it's so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
this artwork from this era and from these games just doesn't. You almost never see it. So see, Stefano MJ Jr. loved the game too. But yeah, see, I didn't play it. I did, but I know I bought it, and I bought it because I love the art.
I bought the Marvel game back then. I was in like 4th or 5th grade, I think, when it came out, just
Mhm.
because I wanted all the stats. I wanted all the
Right,
stats
right.
on the characters. And I think I cannot, you know what? No, I know for sure. The first minis, the first miniatures I ever bought were they did boxes of the Marvel characters. I think they did 2 boxes. And I bought those at Capital City Comics here in Madison one time when we made a trip. And yeah, the art in those TSR books at the time was top notch.
No, I agree. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, Antoine makes a good comment. You don't see a lot of line art from Elmore.
that's true.
So much
And this
painted.
is really well, there's a lot of detail in this.
Yeah.
And it's funny but you see it, and you can see how it translates to his TSR painted work with the rocks.
Mhm.
And I could see a dragon sitting right here instead of the spaceship or whatnot. I
Sure.
mean, it's Elmore. So
It's got a like there's a Simonson vibe to it, in my opinion, and a European comics feel to it. I mean, yeah, it's really nice.
yeah, agreed. Congrats, Mickey. Mickey just he surprises us, every once in a while.
Not just Legion.
It's something that isn't Legion.
Yeah.
All right, last piece was a Matt Wagner Batman and a Monster Man. I just thought that it was just a fun piece. It has like the kind of hallmark illustrative
Wagnerisms.
quality that Wagner would have in the figures, the silhouettes, and then I was drawn to this. It's like
Yeah.
he's doing some cool stuff here that I'm not used to seeing, and so I was like, all right, I'm going to add that one in there. But this is in Jason's. Is it? Yeah, this was Jason's Hussa's calf gallery as well. So he did get 2 picks in this week.
Well,
Good for you, Jason.
well earned.
Yeah, definitely. So there we go. That's my picks. That's your picks. We made it to the end.
We did it 5 minutes early, bud.
I can have that beer and not feel rushed. Oh man. Well, so you're not going to be with us next week, right? You got
I do
team
big
members
work.
coming into town.
Yeah.
You'll be out having beers and not thinking about the calf update at all. I don't blame you.
They will be. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Don't hate me.
no, I won't. I won't hate you at all.
I'll be working.
Man, if I need your job. Anyway, well, have fun, and I can tell you that Jason D'Ambrosio will be joining me next
All
week. He
right.
will be doing the picks. He's basically made me bribe him to do it. I figured it'd be easy. Hang out with for a few with me. Now he needed a little yeah. You'll see. Watch it on the rewind.
All right.
Newell was filling in. Yeah. But all right, so have a good one.
Thanks, buddy.
You'll get to see my recap of the Collector Summit.
Enjoy scenic Dallas.
I will. Hopefully,
Actually,
I see less
enjoy
of the
scenic
airport.
Halpern's house. That's what you need to do.
Exactly. I don't think he's going to let us take photographs, but
Well.
I'll tell you all about it. Yes.
All right.
Exactly.
Night, guys.
Hey, man.
Thanks, Bill.
All right. So that's true. Newell, I need to have you back on. Absolutely. There's a timing reason why I actually wanted to have Jason on next week, not just because of his smiling face and pleasant demeanor. There's something going on that I thought it'd be fun to have him on the show as well. But yeah, so there you have it. We made it through the calf update, less than 3 hours. Always good to get in under the wire like that. But yeah. Please, Comic Art Live is just around the corner, and I know I didn't look at it, but I could have seen. I think we're closing in on like 2,000 pieces of artwork, so we're right on pace to hit our numbers, which means that about 5,000 plus artworks are going to be added to the Comic Art Live virtual show in the next 8 to 9 days. So, I'm glad that the collectors stay true to their preparedness for it, but please, if you run into any problems or questions or need something addressed, you can shoot us an email, and we'll be happy to help out and answer any of those questions about setting up your exhibitor booth, or if it's your first time actually attending the show. Just remember, premium members get that 2-hour early access on Saturday, so they get in at 11. Everybody else gets in at 1. So don't let that frustrate you. A lot of people who aren't premium pay in the first 5 minutes of the premium member access to get in there. So don't wait until the last minute. Do it today. Do it tonight. Do it tomorrow. But don't wait until the show starts. Steve, thank you for changing your name. There we go. I'm yes. Now when I look at the chat, I don't have to look at your avatar. Thank you. And thank you for all the help you've done on the app as well, and that on the Android device, because we don't have enough of those people. But all right, Gabriel says premium is the only way. It is. So all right, well, I'm going to sign off now. But please, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. We've got it's going to be busy. I know a lot of you are going to be working hard on the Cal stuff. But if you haven't picked up a mystery sketch, please consider doing that. We're going to definitely surpass 300 sales there, and Again, we're doing good things, helping artists get recognized, make some cash, and it helps the site as well. So I will have fun in Dallas, Newell, as will Kazra. We probably will not tell you our bowling scores, but that remains to be seen. Maybe one of us will bowl 300. So have a wonderful evening, and we'll be back at it next week. My next show is going to be on Monday evening with the Hakes team, and it will be the last time that you'll get to see our good friend Alex Winter on. So hopefully his camera and his mic are working well, and I hope many of you, or most of you, can tune into that one to say farewell to Alex. 40 years at Hakes, and he and his wife are retiring from the business. He's going to pursue doing some vlogging and blogging about his love for music. So yeah, he's on his way to doing things that he's always wanted to do. So more power to him. But last time to talk to him and congratulate him will be on Monday. So I hope a lot of people can tune in for that one as well. Have a nice night, everybody. We'll see you again next week.